Good evening, ladies, lords, lasses, and all those in between. It is I, your humble game master, the Deathly Shad, here today to bring you some more Rains of Vitrium content. Episode 83. Yes, one little ASMR there for you. For no particular reason. You probably get that during the session as well. Don't worry about it. Anyway, joining me today are my lovely, lovely co-hosts and players, and also amazing friends of mine. Agathar, say hi to the people.
I am Fortnite dancing next to Soren, and he has no clue.
Yes. Morrigan, say hi to the people.
I am doing a depressed.
Rencois, say hi to the people.
I'm here.
Soren, say hi to the people.
I am so happy that I finally met my parents, and they ain't arseholes.
Yeah, and
We're dead.
I'm so happy that I don't have to kill your parents.
and Vani, say hi to the people.
I'm about to put a rat through another mahogany table.
I thought you didn't want to do that to pay more gold, fucking bastard.
That's what the party is for.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm sure
fair
Soren will
enough.
be willing to lend me some money. He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy like that.
You can ask the ex-con.
Vani gets a small donation from a random source that just has a little note that says he had it coming written on it. Aggie notices that his bag is 1,000 gold lighter for arbitrary reasons. At any rate,
Does he even have 1,000 gold, or does he just have 9 silver still?
I'm pretty sure that boy broke.
He's only mildly broke.
Aggie, are you
What is mildly broke?
That is none of your goddamn business.
Oh no, it's
Look, it doesn't matter if I have 56 gold. It doesn't matter.
The boy can't even pay attention.
I'm making food.
See? I was right.
all right. At any rate, remember to like, subscribe, comment, all the other jazz, so on and so forth, and to tell us if you like the session, so on and so forth. Regardless, let's get right into the business. When last we left our adventurers, Agathar the Kobold Rogue, Morrigan the Halfling Divination Wizard, Rencois the Ravenfolk Monk, Soren the Ravenfolk Samurai, and Vani the Ravenfolk Smith, the party made their way into Therboulder, the first city of the dwarves, and utterly separate from the human settlements. While Vani met with a bunch of old friends in the form of a mercenary company that called themselves the Spears of Vuori, and their charismatic leader Tritonio Espada and his second in command Gale, the rest of the party, namely in the form of Agathar secretly hiding, Soren, Neatal, one of the B team people, and Rencois went to go visit Soren's parents. And after a 2-year hiatus away from them, it was revealed that both parents were regretful of their actions towards Neatal, of their treatment of her, and wished to make amends and to mend old bridges.
It took him fucking 24 years to do so.
And at the end of the session, the trio, or sorry, the quadruped, the group of four,
Quartet.
the quartet. Thank you, Vani, for the word. Of Soren's dad, mom, him, and Neatal all got a very big and loving hug in. And it was very sweet and very cute, and I loved it a lot. And that's about what happened last session. And now we return to the action once more. Turning our camera away from the happy couple, and... well, no, just the happy family. I don't know why I said happy couple, that's very weird. Over to... the bar again. The Prancing Pony, as it was called. Vani, you're in the middle of kind of like inspecting all these different spears and like, patching them up with with a couple with a couple casts of the mending spell, um replacing spear tips, so on and so forth, and getting lots of congratulatory thank yous and more than the occasional mug of ale paid for in full by a member of the spears. Tritonio kind of like leans over to you. So, I see you came with a group of people, yes? Might I ask what it is you're doing, per se? You do not replace old Tritonio and his band of misfits, did you?
Vani sets down the currently broken in half spear. You know that I'm more of a sellsword than a mercenary. I go around to different countries, so it's hard to say that I replaced anyone. As I said earlier, these ones are the ones that traveled more recently with my twin. So I'm hanging with them, but I mostly asked for you to come here because our current objective is beneficial to many people.
Really? Beneficial how?
Vani will look around the bar. Is it just Spears and AB team? Or are there...
There are a couple other patrons here, but it's majority Spears and AB team, yes.
no one out of the ordinary?
No, nothing really out of the ordinary.
Alright.
Like, most of the other people here are just drunken patrons, usually dwarves that are just kind of like sitting in their own corners, playing cards and so on and so forth.
It has to do with the Necropolis.
Really now? Alright then, you have my interest. What is it you're wanting to do with this Necropolis?
There's a item, artifact, part of a set that they're apparently finding. Don't know much more than that, but all clues for this particular piece point to the heart of the Necropolis, to the unexplored parts.
You're talking about the deep dive, yes?
Yep.
Well, Tritonio knows that we have only been roughly, I want to say, 3 layers down. And I know that there are about 4 or 5 afterwards. We were driven out by a particularly large group of strong undead.
Yep.
So you're
Our
going to
group
have your
is-
work cut out for you.
That is the unfortunate truth of it. I was hoping that during all of your tenures and delves, you had some maps.
Well, I have a few maps I would be more than willing to share with a old compatriot of mine. However, I will require you to do something for me.
Tis the way of the world, but it's not only just that.
Yes.
Mostly.
So, out of curiosity, how strong is your current group of traveling companions?
Remind me, did they ever talk about any of their fights?
You literally watched Morrigan become a gargantuan creature and nearly destroy most of Viori.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And there's also the fact that everyone in the party kind of like, despite that, still somewhat beat the brakes off of her. So like, they're pretty powerful. They're pretty strong.
They can hold their own.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am requiring individuals of particularly strong skill to help me clear out the undead outpost, which is a staging ground for undead assaults on the nearby settlements. One of the two of them, at the very least. The other one is the Necropolis. But you want to go to the Necropolis first. I want to go to the undead outpost first. I want to eradicate the undead threat there. And then we move on to the Necropolis afterwards. Pausing for cake between as a celebration.
That should be able to give me some time to complete an extra item. I'm all for it. Don't know what'll happen once we deal with the center of the necropolis.
Well, if you are having to go as deep as you say you need to go for this artifact, you might be even going to the 5th layer, which no one has made it to and made it out alive from as of yet.
That's the plan. We don't know what'll happen with the undead. Or they go mad and just scramble everywhere.
Well, you do recall the way the Necropolis works, correct?
Uh,
You might need a bit of a refresher.
yeah. Been dealing with too many pirates and a statue stealing dragon.
More than understandable then. I hope it wasn't the statue of your dearest friend Tritonio, eh?
No. More like the aftermath of them dropping said statues.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a very lovely story. I'd love to hear more about. But perhaps at a later time.
250,000 gold bounty.
Oh,
I turned down for the lead for my brother, but all's well that ends well.
well, at least you got a lead, no?
Yep.
Well, regardless, so the Necropolis has its 5 layers, but on each of these layers, necromantic magic is always at play. And the further you go down, the more potent it is. To the point of reanimating those that you kill without proper divine energy on the 3rd layer and below. So, no matter how strong the undead is, it will get back up if you do not put it down for good with a smite or two.
Shouldn't be that difficult.
That and you have to deal with the exploding skeletons.
Forgot about that.
Yes, they got a new ability now. They don't just explode when they die, they explode into more skeletons when they die. We got very surprised by that. We had Francis points over to a man in clerical robes who gives you a wave. Had used a bit of destroy undead, yes? You know, the big cleric ability, the one that makes them go, ha, yes, boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
Well, he exploded 5 of them, and those 5 became 15. We had to run away immediately.
Above game, are we sure this isn't the home of another linchpin of Mel's?
I mean, he
Agathar, they
shrugs.
stole you too! I'll kill him!
God damn it.
I love that meme. It's great.
Ah. Anyway.
Oh, and don't even get me started on the stinking zombies. Those things, oh, they're very rank, I will tell you that. He looks a bit green around the gills as he thinks about it.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Hold on. He finishes chewing on a bite of food. Well, you would think that, but plugging your nose stops you from smelling the sulfur deposits that explode when they have fire come in contact with them. It is a very maliciously designed place to go. I tell you this.
Well,
And what's worse is that the little Vuori curse is much more prominent there.
I'm sure some of them will be fine.
Oh, speaking of the Vuori curse that you would know of, Vani, is that anything that dies here in Vuori that is not taken care of properly will revive as a undead.
Why does that sound familiar?
I mean, it's been used in a lot of different,
Forms of media.
yeah, pretty much. It's hardly a unique idea.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Yes. We have to bring our people back before they get brought back in the wrong way. He gets 1,000-yard stare, right? He gets 1,000-yard stare.
Same look as when they were talking about some of the things that I have no clue about. But they can handle themselves.
Well, that is good. And what would their particular specializations be?
Far off look.
Yeah.
Agathar sneezes.
Let's see. Got a cleric, a few swordsmen, spellcasters. Good range of skill sets.
True. Fair enough. It means you have a fairly well-rounded party. This is great. This is good. I shall assess for myself their properties and prowesses at the undead outpost.
Yep. Mostly wanted to see what information I get from you, while also giving you a heads up that the undead problem will be taken care of, at the same time gonna expand.
Taken care of. So are you saying that you and your compatriots wish to purge the Necropolis?
Well, if it happens to be that way when we get down to the 5th layer, as I said, good chances of it being at the core.
Really now? Now that shall be a great boon for the citizens.
Yep. And hey, that means the spears can actually have something up on the damn zealots.
Well, we already have quite a few things up on those zealots, I'll tell you this much.
Might be able to actually get cheap gear, proper gear.
Hey, this gear is not cheap, it is well made and well designed. Do not talk so badly about yourself. He smiles at you.
I can only make so many. And maybe, just maybe, you guys can do your own upkeep.
Yes, but it's more fun to call on you because, you know, we have a rapport. We have a, how shall we say? We have a, we have an exchange, correct?
Of sorts.
Yes. I grab weapons from you. I go out there. I break them upon the undead threat. I bring them back to you. You throw a couple punches at me. I dodge them efficiently, and then you fix the things I break.
One of these days, I'm going to start charging you.
Ah, yes, but then you'd have to admit that you no longer find me cute. He gives you like a finger gun.
Deadpan stare.
Oh, you wound me again. Me pride.
Dale, he's trying to flirt again.
Smack him over the head for me.
Alright. As Vani reaches into her bag and pulls out a smithing hammer.
With your hand, not the hammer. I don't want him dead.
He won't die. He's too hard-headed for that.
She chuckles. Yeah, but anything... Then she's like, yeah, but any damage you do, I have to fucking fix.
Who says you have to fix it? He'll
I
knock some
do.
sense into him.
I need his brains unscrambled.
All he does is swing the stick around. That's it.
Hey, it is an ancient and sacred art passed down to me through my entire family line. For generations and generations, we, Espadas, have been spear holders, lancers, dragoons, one might even say. Masters of the spear, the most simple of all the weapons, but no less complex in its abilities, in its uses. What other weapon can you say that can be used to both knock people out, but also kill things efficiently? To keep things at arm's length, but also be used to be thrown forth into the back of a retreating foe. Usually an undead. But, I am of course an honorable man that would never attack a retreating enemy.
And that's where we have our differences.
Ah, yes, I understand you are the pragmatist, how shall we say, the anti-Spear of Vuori to a degree.
As long as it dies, doesn't matter how.
In fact, I should call you Tritonio's hammer.
That's it. I'm stabbing you.
No! Go ahead and roll a strength check and add your proficiency bonus.
It's 4. Is the right one? Yes, it is.
What's your proficiency bonus?
4.
4? That's a 16.
Yep.
He barely manages to dodge out the way of that one. It's like, oh, hey! Easy there! You almost ruined the face.
Does Morrigan want to help out with it?
I'm sorry, I think I missed this last bit. Why am I involved?
You aren't yet.
I was
Okay.
just making a joke.
Okay.
Man, I was like, hey, easy on the face. I need it for the ladies and for Gale. And with that, we'll transition over to where Morrigan is still moping next to Eloise, as Gale takes a seat down beside you. Hey,
side-eyed, looking as disheveled as she came. Hair
You look
mess.
exhausted.
Hmm.
Have you not been sleeping properly?
Who are you?
A medic.
I am fine. If I need your help, I will ask for it.
You look like you've been up for at least 2 days.
What do they look like?
They are a black-furred tabaxi with a little tuxedo, with like a little tuxedo bow tie, there's like white fluff around from her neck down, and a little like white tuxedo marking there. It's very hard to see among the heavy plate mail armor with the Go ahead and roll for me a religion check.
Okay. Oh, I have decent religion proficiency. I never use it, but there it is.
Probably a lot more than
Okay.
villains.
You would recognize the religious iconography on the chest plate of her armor to be that of the three, which is the three gods that are worshipped in Xanadu, known as Gond, Isha, and I'm spaced on the third one. Hold on, I'll get there.
Jake from State Farm.
Oh my god, Jake from State Farm.
Isha
And the other one. You can
Grand.
carry
Oh,
on.
it's Isha Grand and fuck. There's. I am. I'm really upset.
It's fine, Shad. I see this. I peer at them and it's like, right. Yes, I struggle to sleep. My own volition. Still don't understand why this is your problem.
Because my captain just got you and the rest of your team to partner up with us to take out a outpost of undead soldiers, and I need you to be mentally prepared for that.
He just groans. It's like, I already have another group calling my home their home, and now I have to add, what, you and yours?
No, we have our own ways of getting around. We don't need you. We don't need whatever thing you have to transfer about with. However, if you are not in tip-top condition, then you could get some of us killed, and I don't want that. It's more work for me.
He kind of sneers at them. He's like, mind your own business.
This is my business.
Mind someone else's business.
I'll mind someone else's business whenever it becomes related to my business, which this is related to my business.
Do I need to make you leave me alone?
I need you to say you'll sleep, and then I'll offer you some sleep aid.
I will do neither. You have no right to tell me what to do. I have no idea who the hell you are, what your name is, or why you feel like you have the right to come here and tell me anything.
Name's Gale. I'm a medic.
Got
And I
the
find
second
it-
part.
Yes. And I find it annoying whenever people don't take care of themselves.
Eloise is gonna see like her like like grit her teeth, and she's definitely like raising a hand to like she's gonna like cast something.
Eloise just kind of like very gently reaches over, puts a hand on your hand, and slowly lowers it back down. I appreciate what you're doing, Miss Gale, but she's irritable from lack of sleep, so she may not be as willing to listen as you would think.
It is not the sleep.
No, I know her type.
She, I mean, as soon as she says that, she kind of like bites her lip. Fuck you.
Fuck you too.
He just looks at Eloise. Take me home. Why is this place?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, Miss Gale. No need to apologize. She just narrows her eyes at you. And then she'll reach into a pouch, pull out a small glass bottle, and shake it a little to show there are tablets inside. Place it down. Free of charge. Take 2 before you go to sleep.
Doesn't take them.
Eloise takes them for you.
We will leave those here.
Morrigan, she's trying to be helpful.
I don't want her fucking help. I don't want your help. Take me home.
Well, at least you're being a bit more like your old self. And she'll still pocket the sleep aids. And then she'll help you stand up. If you're still exhausted and I have to spend resources on you when the time comes, you will be charged for them.
I'm not paying you anything to start with. I don't intend to pay you anything.
Good. I get to put that debt on everyone else that you have.
Just looks to Eloise like, who is this bitch?
She just gives you a... She just shrugs like, I don't know. One of Vani's friends, I think.
Oh, one of the people I wished into existence. You have me to thank for you being alive. And she just waddles off.
She'll just quirk an eyebrow at you. Oh, yay. Another all-powerful wizard.
Snorts at that almost. Yeah, actually, like a list, it's a snort. Is like, I am the least, considering the fucking people I've dealt with.
Well, you certainly act like you are.
I'm sorry, am I looking in the mirror? You fucking come to me and impose your own goddamn will on me like you know better. You know me?
No, I don't, but I know your type.
And what is my type?
Your type is the kind of person that would rather chew off their own leg than take a bit of advice from someone else. Especially those that you don't like. You're a danger to yourself and your team.
Wow. You may have gotten a bit of my stubbornness right, but you're dead wrong on the rest. Maybe I can start psychoanalyzing you.
Maybe you
Almighty, all-knowing healer with everyone's best intentions in mind, whether or not they agree with your methods or whether or not you're pushy enough to just walk all over them until they agree with you, you self-important fuck.
I didn't say I was self-important.
You seem to think your way is the best.
No. I'm simply telling you what I think. You can choose to not follow it. But if you don't, I'm just going to tell you what will
Threatened
happen.
to charge me money, then charge the rest of my group, forced drugs on me, told me I was being ridiculous. I dare say you are full of it.
Yes, but also you were the one who insulted me first. I came over here to help. Saw you were exhausted, offered you some sleep aids. You called me a bitch.
No, I said no thank you. And I said, who are you? And then you started telling me what my type was. You have the bedside manner of a stone.
I'm not here to be nice. I'm here to make sure people are battle ready and not going to get people killed. You're exhausted. It's 3 days travel before we get to where we're going. If you don't recall, exhaustion takes multiple days to fully get over.
And where are we going?
to the undead outpost.
Why in the hell are we going there?
Because your comrade has asked for our aid with the Necropolis, and we have asked for your aid with the undead outpost first. So, that's where we're going.
I don't even think that's where we're going first. Vani isn't leading our group.
Well, if that's what you all decide, then that's what you all decide. That's the price of our aid for the Necropolis, as far as I know.
Fantastic.
Regardless, 3 days from now, you won't be able to move. You'll have less vitality, less wherewithal, less everything. And that doesn't sound like someone who's very combat ready. It sounds like someone who's a liability.
Why am I still talking to you?
Because
He just turns
just
and
are.
starts going.
remember, 2 before you sleep, if you even take them. Then she'll get up and leave, as Eloise just slowly leads you out of the room. Like, okay, that was a little weird.
Yeah. Unless some arrives, she's gonna be just quiet until they reach the caravan.
Yep, she'll lead you back into the caravan, and then shut it behind you. Well, sorry that our outing got a little interrupted.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, it does.
Why?
Because you're depressed. And I'm trying to help with that a little bit, you know?
You're not good at it.
I mean, I try.
Turns, heads to the bathroom, closes the door, it clicks.
What does Morrigan do in the bathroom? If anything in
Bathroom
particular.
things.
Okay.
She locks the door because it's one of the few places she can be alone for a minute.
Fair enough.
Unless fucking somebody's watching her in the bathroom. Holy shit.
Dear God, no.
No.
He's so
I don't
fucking
know
weird.
how.
Fucking
Listen,
why?
With how determined Shad's NPCs are to spy on me in every waking moment of the day, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
What the fuck,
Honestly,
dude? What the fuck, man? Oh my lord. Okay. Do you have anything else you want to do after you get out of the bathroom?
Let me think. I don't think there's like. I imagine I don't think there's a window in the bathroom. Would have been nice if I had installed one in there, but I don't think there is. I don't know. Trots out. Flops down somewhere, face first, into a bunch of pillows, and just kind of becomes a pile of Morrigan.
Eloise puts a cup of coffee beside you. Won't help with your need to sleep, but, you know, some normalcy.
There's like a vague groan from the butt, muffled by the pillows.
She kind of looks left and then right, and then just kind of like pats you on the back.
It's like, there.
Yes, pretty much.
I like how she like checked first to see if anyone was watching. It doesn't elicit much of a response.
You know, you could just try talking to the others about your feelings,
Why?
because they might appreciate seeing you in a different light.
Don't know how many other lights I have to show.
I mean, at least two.
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, there's you as you are right now, which is your depressive blue glow. And then there's, you after this, when you're not so sad anymore. When you don't think you've so royally fucked everything up anymore, and things have kind of faded into the past, so to speak.
Yeah. Yes, everything is just going to be better, so sure.
I didn't say that. I just, I'm just saying that.
Oh, okay. Nothing will improve.
I didn't say that either. You're misconstruing my words.
I'm just going to lay here and hope to God I melt into the pillows.
Morrigan, you are aware that some part of you did want to live, right?
Doesn't respond.
Otherwise, I'm pretty sure Rencois might have just killed you if that's what you really wanted.
I know that much. They don't want me dead. How nice.
I mean, have they said they're not going to help you get some form of revenge on those people?
I don't even know if that's a thought at the moment.
Well, I could ask around for you.
I would so much wish you wouldn't.
Well, then you want to ask him yourself.
No.
So, you don't want to make any progress forward. You don't want to go back. You just want to sit and mope.
You know what I want?
Well, I mean, it helps to say it, doesn't it?
I want peace. A moment alone. Any moment alone. Without you, without that rat, without someone staring at the back of my head, so I can sulk in peace.
And I'll give you that. She'll then kind of like walk over to where you are and try and help you back up again.
I don't know. Did she put the cuffs back on me?
No, she didn't.
I need your help. She gets to her feet.
Well, I mean, your room's free.
Peers cautiously around her. She doesn't have her key, so she can't ping wherever it is Soy Fang is. And she kind of sluggishly trudges towards the stairs.
Well, you don't meet anyone on the way to your room. You go into your room.
Before she leaves her, kind of looks over her shoulder. They'll be cross with you if they find me without cuffs on within the caravan.
They can be cross.
Turns a little more towards her. You don't think I'll just leave? Take some wild action.
No, I don't. You're too mopey to try that.
kind of creases her eyes a little, a bit of waver, and then was just her hit of exhaustion. And she slouches and just disappears upstairs.
All right. Well, Morrigan, you're by yourself. You're walking through the hallway of your home, your caravan, and it's just empty. The Cinder Trio are currently gone. Amalia is sleeping in a corner in the living room area, and everyone else is just gone. It's just you and Eloise. And as you kind of like make your way about halfway down the hallway, you would look back, and she isn't following. You hear the light clinking of fine china in the background. She seems to be making tea. There's no one around. You make your way forward and eventually open up the door to your room and step inside to close it. And you once again peek down the hallway. And she's still not there. You close the door, click it shut, lock the other two locks as well, and nothing happens. No one pops up randomly. There isn't a voice in your head. There isn't a sending spell. Soy Fang isn't appearing in the corner or out of your shadow. It's just you, alone, by yourself.
Takes a few steps. Legs wobbling beneath her as she kind of slumps and rests against the foot of her bed, head up against the mattress. And she kind of drearily stares at the ceiling for a moment. Tense look in her eyes before she clenches them shut and just shrinks on herself, curling in as she sobs.
And as you sob, as you cry to yourself, no one comes. No one's there to rest a hand on your shoulder. No one's there to comfortingly rub your back. And no one will. You are truly alone. Whether that's a relief or a frightening prospect. And that's where I'll pull things away from you. Moving over to a different scene of crying and sobbing. Soren, Neatal, Rencois, Agathar, the four of you, one of you hidden, the others not so much, have been invited into the family home and are currently being served a very delicious soup. As Soren's mother just kind of like looks over to you, Rencois. Oh, and mind if I ask who this woman is?
Oh, aye, of course. This is Rencois. She's been a companion to me in my travels these last few months.
A companion, huh? She kind of gives like a conspiratorial look to her
not
husband.
Not that kind of companion. Not that kind.
And he just kind of like leans in, and you guys can and like Rencois at the very least can hear. I think that he might be a. I think that she might be a be in a bit of a relationship with our dear Neotol. To which, to which, to which she just kind of like goes, wait, what?
Nani?
I thought Neotol was into boys. Oh, no, not really. How am I supposed to get grandkids at this rate?
Well,
I
it
thought
just
that
so
was-
Maggie flares up.
Agathar lens flare.
Yeah.
Well, as it turns out, I happen to have two lovers. He doesn't say that.
Oh dear God!
blowing mom's mind here.
Passes out again.
But no, she actually whispers something to her husband. You guys can like, if you would like to, you may roll a
Perception.
perception.
Perception or insight?
You fucking bet I will.
Always the perception rolls. Holy shit.
Yeah, good perception too. That's fucking wild.
All right, and Rencois, you get one as well.
What is this?
Perception to hear what she's whispering to her husband.
Yeah, that would be perception. I misheard.
Even roll 20 looks ugly in Edge.
You Microsoft Edge.
I have to use Edge for work, and it's like it's fine. I don't have an issue with it personally.
Okay, well, a 15 will get you this, Rencois. She whispers to her husband, not sure how I feel about our daughter being into ladies. It's not real natural, is it? To which he responds with, no, it's not, but at the same time, we're not going to admonish her for that. She's gonna be herself. Oh no, you're right about that, but it's still weird, ain't it? And he just kind of like pats her on the back. We'll talk more about this later. You're right about that.
If only
And,
they knew about their son.
The fucking, like, Rencois will remember that in the corner.
If you would like, Rencois, you may roll an insight.
I mean, sure.
Okay. Easy. Easy insight check. You get the sense that, like, they aren't against it. They're just a little weirded out by it, as if they have no experience with it. Does that make sense?
Normies.
It's one of those things of like, this is new. I don't know how to feel about this. But at the same time, like, this is what I've known my whole life, and this is weird and different. And I'm not sure if I like it or not. It's actually the first time that you realize just how open Vitrium is compared to other places in the world.
You know, also that they were from, like, fucking small-ass nomad tribe. Like,
Yeah.
we need children,
No.
or we die out. These are the options.
And
Yeah.
I would say you can make I don't know, you have a passive of 18. And I would say retroactively with this knowledge, you kind of realize, oh, that might be why people were staring at you and Neotol a little funny because you were holding hands at the time. It wasn't one of those things of like they were bad stares, like hateful stares, but they were just like, huh, that's strange. Never seen that before. Moves on. That kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, she smiles at you guys again and goes, well, Well, I'm happy to hear that that Neatol's found someone of niceness. That's nice. Yes. Yes. It's very nice. Are you guys enjoying the soup?
Yes, it's nice.
That's good. I made it myself. I was overjoyed, really. You know,
It's very tasty, Mom.
the soup, I will admit, is hold on, let me actually roll to see how good the soup is.
It's beet soup.
Soup, dot soup.
All right.
Mad
It's actually a well done soup. It's a vegetable stew. There's a lot of stuff in it, like a lot of vegetables, and it's one of those soups that like you're not meant to finish it all in one sitting, but is more designed to be spread throughout the week. But with 5 people eating it, maybe even 6 later, it's one of those things of like, you get the feeling this soup will not last very long comparatively, but at the same time, like that's kind of like what the soup is designed for. And it's very good. It's like a home style cooked meal. There's like some spices in there. The vegetables themselves kind of like fall apart in your mouths almost. And the broth itself is very creamy in texture, with the kind of like various vegetable flavors mixing in with the spices to create this these little pop effects in your mouth, if that makes sense. And she smiles. Why, it's a family recipe. Got it from me mum and from her mum before that, and so on and so forth. We call it vegetable medley. Aye, that's right. Me and your mum been cooking vegetable medley for, gosh, I want to say the past 20 some odd years or so. Ever since we got married, at the very least. She smiles at him, and he smiles back at her. Then
The Soren will kind of like pipe up as well and just go, "Oh, there's no meat in here, is there?"
They shake their heads.
Okay, good. So one of us here is actually vegetarian.
She'll your mom will kind of like look to Neatol like, Neatol, I didn't know you were a vegetarian. And she kind of,
he's referring to me.
oh, well, if you're is it a girlfriend or is it some other name?
Well, she kind of
Neatol blushing.
looks to Neatol.
Yeah, she's blushing just as red, and she kind of like lifts up a hand like, huh, no, mom, it's she is a girl hyphen friend, not a girlfriend. Oh, I understand. Is that what the ladies who love ladies call their girlfriends? And she just kind of pinches the bridge of her nose and is just like, Soren, can you take care of this?
What did the mom say? Sorry.
She said, oh, is that what the ladies who love ladies refer to their girlfriends as?
No. It's the same between 2 girlfriends. The same as it is with 2 men who are into each other. They call themselves boyfriends, or each other boyfriends.
Oh, all right then. That makes sense. Sorry about the mix-up, Neatol and Miss Rencois. I thought the 2 of you were partnered up. Oh, it's all 3 of you know
the relief.
Yes, literally the relief. The relief of like, I don't need to deal with this awkward shit anymore.
Just like, well, actually.
Oh, what a relief. I was worried my daughter might be one of them queers.
It's like, no, Mom, it's me.
Yeah, it's Soren's just like, it's like, well, funny you should say that. Pulls out the collar.
uh,
Surprise, you have 2 daughters, kind of.
so yeah.
One and a half.
I'm gender fluid.
You have 1.5 daughters.
I didn't think gender could be fluid. Oh, mind blown. Anyway.
Gender fluid? You mean cum?
Oh! At any rate. So yeah. So yeah, no, she like the three of you could just see the sigh of relief come from her, and her dad looks your dad looks relieved as well. And he's just like, oh, that's a bridge I didn't have to cross, thankfully. And he just turns and says, oh, I'm sorry about the mix up there, Rencois. Oh, then you're just a friend of the family?
Yes.
Neatal kind of like turns to you, but she takes the soup bowl and like she very daintily sips from it, but she has her head turned to you just a little bit, and she's like not really sipping per se, but she's like pretending to sip, and she's like, thank you.
And Rencois just kind of does the same kind of like sigh.
No, wait. It's not even thank you. It's more. Sorry, my fault. I forgot who I was playing for a second. No. She's saying, I'm sorry.
And she'll just kind of like turn and kind of same kind of deal, just soup spoon and just kind of mouths, it's okay.
She looks like
Soren-
she's about ready to die.
Unless.
The Soren just kind of like sighs for a second and says, I know things were different in the compound. We had to essentially stick to the norms in order to maintain our survival and population. But things are quite different outside of it, especially in Vitrium. Vitrium is a very open, loving country.
Oh yeah,
If that makes
we
sense.
heard about them. We were wanting to go to Vitrium, but then we heard about all the weirdos there. We got people that have multiple partners, they call them, that they all love on at the same time. It's a big, weird orgy thing they do over there.
Soren just smiles.
Mom nods her head.
Soren just smiles, looks over to Rencois, then looks over to Neatal, and then just goes,
Rencois is trying hard not to like fucking snort soup out of her mouth.
but like
Neatal
Soren
just hold on. Neatal just has this look of this 1,000-yard stare of, oh my god, my parents. Is this the relationship I wanted?
It's like, I'm remembering why I ran away from home.
Yes.
So yeah, Soren just smiles and then just looks over to Rencois and back over to Neatal and goes, on a slightly different subject, there's someone I want to introduce you to, and he reaches down.
Really? You got a girlfriend?
He
Smiles.
2 weeks.
he doesn't answer that, but he reaches down and picks up seemingly nothing to them and sets it on his lap, and he goes, "I'd like to introduce you to Agathar."
Does Agathar
And
reveal
sort of-
himself? Like,
Yes,
hold on. The two of them are looking at Soren like he's a little insane. Just like, oh no, our son has an imaginary friend.
You could do the fucking the craziest bit right now and just stay invisible.
I'm just thinking that too. There is a hesitation before Agathar does drop his cloak, where he kind of just like materializes out of the shadow.
Here, let me roll a couple d20s over here.
Let's roll the mom pass out roll.
Oh no.
Yes.
So like you get
Hello.
the same general reaction of like they both recoil and like oh, I'm so sorry in advance. The dad quickly like rushes over for his hammer and goes, Soren, you got a kobold on ya, and his mom and your mom goes oh rat, but it's a kobold, and so she's like, oh, a kobold, and just immediately like she hops up onto her chair, and like
It's the
she
broom.
hold on, let me roll a dex check for her. Okay, she gets a d4 for this. Oh dear God, no. The chair tumbles over backwards and she falls. And let me see if her husband comes in for the save. Okay, he saves his wife from bonking her head on the floor. And he's just like pointing the hammer, just like Soren, get that thing out of here. It's got diseases and stuff.
Like the way Shad's like going off on this, and just like, and here we see the wife jumping onto the chair, and then the wife is falling off the chair. Oh no! And obvious. Let's see if the husband summons the husband is right name. The brother name. The husband makes the save.
Husband makes the save. She's alive, folks.
But as Tark is holding his hammer, like pointing it at Agathar, he'll just hear a click from under the table. And Soren goes, might I suggest you put the hammer away, Dad?
What?
That's the way thing materializes.
I don't know what the story is about kobolds here in Therboulder, but Aggie's a friend. He is friendly. He is not here to get you. He's a good person.
You're gonna call him a good boy.
He was about to, yeah.
Neatal
Wouldn't be unwelcome.
Neatal is going to say, "Yeah, Dad, come on, let's not ruin the family reunion, right?" Rencois, do you have a reaction or something that you'd like to say?
Tips tea.
Yeah, Rencois. Well, no, she probably would have left the staff at the door because it's polite. But kind of, you know what? Hold
You
up.
do have the circles.
You have the chakrams.
No. I'm rolling something else.
Oh no! Oh
Flurry
no!
of blows.
Weirdly, Agathar didn't know where snooze
she's
button
flipping
went.
the table.
Oh yeah, no, she definitely grips the soup bowl enough to crack it.
All right.
Hello.
Agathar is very loved among our group, and
Okay.
threatening him with death is it's not a
hold
great
on
thing.
to give you guys kind of like a general thing. Like, he's not threatening him with death. He's more along the lines of he's protecting his wife. If that makes
Yes,
sense.
but he's holding a hammer. He's pointing a hammer at Soren's boyfriend.
Yeah, I know. I get that. I fully understand that. I'm just trying to like add context. He's not making aggressive actions. It's purely like, hey, get that thing out of there. It's a rat. You brought a rat in here. Those things carry diseases.
My son's fucking a rat.
Well, they don't know that. Yeah.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Well, last
Yeah.
time I checked, the rat fucked the boyfriend, but I don't know.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's a little give and take.
At any rate, so yeah,
That's how it works.
but yeah, no, as this air is tense, Soren, make a persuasion check at advantage. And the DC is lowered, obviously.
Persuasion. Banga.
13? Okay. Like, your dad slowly lowers the hammer, and he talks to you rather than to Agathar. But he still has he's still just like looking at him like, oh dear God, it's a fucking rat. Ugh.
With a hat. It's a stylish hat.
Oh no, it's such it has clothes on. What I know, they
Why is he
wore
wearing
clothes.
Shit. This
Oh my
rat's tripped
God.
out.
He's doing that thing. It's like, oh my God, it's a rat.
Yeah, no,
Why is my son
literally,
wearing the exact same hat?
literally. Oh no! Oh shit! A rat.
Running
It's a rat.
Speak? No.
So yeah, no, he.
Look, it's a rat of all.
Yeah. And anyway,
So
so yeah,
why is my son wearing the exact same hat? They aren't together, are they?
so yeah, no, he
Oh my God.
he says, son, I'm very happy you have a pet. I'm sorry. Those things carry diseases, you know.
Well, so can us
All
if we don't
living
take care of
creatures
ourselves.
carry diseases.
Yeah, but like, them kobolds carry like skin diseases and stuff. Things that'll
And
like
we
make
can-
your flesh rot off if you don't have
And we can-
scales on you.
And we could carry
Agathar
mange.
mumbles, glances at his hands. Sorry, Agathar mumbles and catches to his hand. He's not exactly wrong.
I'm gonna roll a perception check for them to make sure to see if they heard that or not.
Fuck.
Okay, they didn't hear that. They're too focused on their son.
Okay.
Yeah, and Soren's just gonna reply back with, and we can carry mange too, if we don't take care of ourselves.
Aye, but we take care of ourselves. They don't.
He does. And I think he's a pretty good example of his race.
Mm. At this point, like his wife kind of like puts a hand on his cheek and goes, hey, calm down. It's just our son has a weird pet friend. We should be supportive.
Oh, it gets so much worse.
Soren sighs. He goes, I see there's... Is that just the view here in Vuori or in Therboulder, or was that also coming from the compound?
Well, your dad slowly puts your mom down on the chair again, standing her up on it, notably, before he kind of sits down himself. Back at the compound, we had to deal with kobold riders here and there, yeah. And here in Therboulder, there was a whole group of kobolds about a couple years back that were raiding the food supplies and spreading diseases and stuff. And they had to be taken care of.
And where did they
He-
come from?
Well, I mean, I ain't never seen a kobold that size before. Is it you got a baby kobold with you? His outfit's quite
I am-
nice, though.
I am just quite small.
Aye, a runt of the litter, it seems. Your mom nods
He
solemnly.
nods in agreement. Agathar nods in agreement. Like, yeah,
I think you can
Rencois
understand
trying to
us.
not be angry, despite that they're correct.
She kind of she whisper yells to like you know the other thing that people do where they like whisper something that they think they're being quiet with but they aren't.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
she whispers to her husband, I think it can understand us. Oh, that
I
thing.
mean, yes,
I would
people
He's very
typically
intelligent.
can.
They-
He's very intelligent, as a matter of fact.
the both of them are just like, oh, okay. So did you teach it how to speak, or did you Neotol, or was it you, Rencois?
None of us taught him how to speak.
Oh well.
I mean, no more so than any child is taught how to speak.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a he right now. It could be a she tomorrow. So, I mean, it's a bit more accurate, isn't it?
Soren is so sorry. Go ahead.
Again,
It's-
trying hard not to be angry at something that's not incorrect.
It takes like a couple of weeks actually, but you're not wrong.
Oh, it's speaking to us.
Hello.
Soren was so tempted to not just go. Well, so could I in a matter of hours. In a matter of minutes.
Rencois was 1,000% like, it's like, your son can do it faster.
I'm better at it.
Does he actually say
Could have
that?
them grandbabies in a
No.
matter of 9 months if we tried hard enough.
Yeah.
No.
Does she actually say that though? Does Rencois say it?
Oh, she is thinking it.
Okay.
Soren wants to so badly, but they're already going through enough right now, so he's gonna withhold that.
Neatal is notably being very silent right now. She is looking hyper fucking embarrassed. Like she's over here face palming herself and going, "Why didn't I warn people about this more readily? I forgot."
Agathar will softly pat Rencois and Soren, just be like, "It's fine, everything's cool, we're good." Like it's okay. We're out of our element. It's okay.
Take a very deep breath through her nose, kind of finally noticing the bowl in her hand and the pieces of the bowl still in her hand, and just kind of sets it in front of her.
just very sheepishly puts it down and just kind of like
Just kind of
Neatal
wipes the soup off on the tablecloth.
Neatal very just reaches over and just presses it clean, just like, "I got you. Sorry." Just as like her parents are just kind of like they're calming down, but like they're still like more than a little freaked out about like the rat in their home.
He will in this moment he will like very slowly, like he knows how like jumpy these people are. He's gonna slowly like take his hat off and then take his hood down, just be like, we're good, nothing hiding.
All right,
Just kind of like showing them like
I'm
good.
need you to roll me a charisma check.
Okay.
And
And
the only
Soren being
reason
there
you
holding him.
and the only reason you have it flat is because your son is because their son is holding you and basically telling them, "Hey, it's all right."
But I'm so
Okay.
cute.
Right here, right now, nat 20 Riz.
Or natural one.
Oh.
It's a 14. Does anyone have any nat
14.
ones they want to add to that?
Yeah, I already burned all mine.
The
Hold
failed
on.
smolder.
Hold on, let me see how many I have. No, I'm at 0.
How about you,
I'm
Soren?
probably not at 0, and probably have
I-
forgotten to record like 7 of them.
You know
I
what?
actually
You know
have
what? Here,
0.
tell you what, Rencois. Give me a high or low, buddy.
Oh my god.
No, I think I've actually been tracking them.
Okay. But you know,
I'm all
for
right, focus
funsies, for funsies, go ahead and give me that.
For funsies.
Yeah,
We love
Go
funsies
low.
and trinket horses.
yeah, high or low, buddy.
I said low.
Oh, you
That's a
you
wow.
actually have a point left over.
Wow,
yeah.
look at that. You misplaced it.
It was in my pants pocket the whole time.
Wow, yeah. Make
It
that
went through the
pencil for
wash and
yourself.
everything.
Yeah,
It was in my other pants pocket.
pretty much.
Right. Cool, I have one to not give to Agathar. No.
Wait, what?
No, use it. Riz them.
Hooray! What's a 15? I am very cute and friendly.
All right. So with a 15,
I can hang upside down by my tail.
so as you kind of like take off your hat, you remove your hood, and then you kind of like look up at them with your big old eyes.
Big old blue eyes.
Yeah, big
It's just
old
the fucking
blue
dog
eyes.
from. It's the fucking Puss in Boots face.
Yes, literally.
Just
He literally puts the hat in front of him, looks up at him like, oh. And like this Soren, you watch your mother's heart visibly melt in front of her, in front of you,
As she falls over dead.
and
passes out again.
and she's like, oh, by the stars, they're adorable. It's so cute. How'd you find one that's so cute? Normally they're so weird looking. They're all scaly and stuff, you know?
He just rolls his eyes and wraps his arms around Agathar and pulls him close and to himself, and he says, "Well, he kind of found me, and don't all kobolds have scales?"
I'm going to
I'm like,
give your parents an insight check.
You know what it is that I'm hearing?
What?
That the only kobolds they've ever seen are the ones that actually look like the canonical ones.
Yeah, this is a Vitrium kobold, all right. We got license.
It's not even like the 5e kobolds. They've seen like fucking 2nd edition kobolds.
Oh no.
I've posted a proper meme about what just happened in the gen.
The dog flip. I'm not so easily impressed. The dog does a flip. Oh my god. That's so fucking perfect. Okay. So, hey, Soren. Roll me deception with advantage.
What deception for what?
Deception with advantage. Don't worry about it.
I'm trying to
smile.
figure out if you're a boy kisser.
Well, I
More like
need
a
to
rat
know if
kisser
it's
at this
something-
point in time.
I think I would like to know if it's something that Soren would actually be trying to hide.
No. I just roll it. It's no big. Just roll it. Just do it.
Okay.
Just do it.
Normal.
No, advantage. Smile.
Advantage. Okay. Deception advantage. Natural 20.
Oh,
Good. Very good. I can do things with this.
now this is what I killed.
So yeah, no, hey Rencois, your passive insight's at 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Soren's is a 17.
Seeing-
Does that also?
oh yeah, sure, that's fine, that's fair enough.
Well.
The both of, I mean, you don't know this, Agathar. The
I
both
know.
of you would see that both parents are just like, oh, that's cute. He really loves his pet kobold. And like they don't like they rolled insight, and even though you weren't actively trying to deceive them about anything, it's one of those things of like, what are they willing to believe
misinterpreting.
about their son?
Yeah.
You know? And that was that. So basically, you're kind of like you're sitting there, you're basically
What are you
hugging the
talking about? They're just roommates.
yeah, exactly, literally, and they were
cousins?
roommates.
They're roommates.
Quite literally, what you're doing is you're doing the equivalent of like a valley girl holding their Pomeranian.
Yes. The Soren, hoping his parents don't speak Draconic, is going to just look down to Agathar and say, "It's going to take a little bit."
Yeah, no, that's fine. I wasn't expecting them to throw themselves off their chairs.
Well, that's a wee bit embarrassing now that that thing can talk and whatnot. At any rate, Soren, you introduced us to your weird invisible kobold friend. That was right weird how he's invisible. Was that something you did, son? He got magic in ya?
No, it's something he taught himself. Actually, it's
They look
It's
at him with
kind of
renewed fear.
impressive.
Gives him a smile, like a cute. He's
As-
trying at this point. He's trying to be as cute as possible.
The Soren is going to try to allay their fears basically just by saying, "So, I don't feel embarrassed at all in saying how I probably wouldn't be here talking with you today if it weren't for this guy. I owe him a lot."
That's so weird to be owing a kobold like that, son.
Why is it? He just asked with an innocent smile.
I mean, it's just weird. It ain't natural, I'll tell you that much.
But why not?
Because it's not natural and weird. Aye, very
But
weird,
why?
not natural.
But why though? He's still got that innocent smile.
Okay. Hold on, let
He's trying to get them to say it.
me roll for self-reflection.
Fucking
Roll
say
for
it.
self-reflection. That has to be the
Fucking
title of
say
this.
it.
That has to be the title of this episode.
Roll for self-reflection.
Yeah.
So yeah, your dad folds his arms across his chest. I ain't gonna argue with you, son. It's just weird, you know, not natural. To which and your mother just kind of goes, I mean, he is from Vitrium now. Or he lived in Vitrium a while. They do things strange over there. They actually let kobolds walk around and whatnot.
Yeah. What a shocker, letting people live their lives.
And just after Rencois says that,
No,
he's still going to be looking.
I'm sorry, Miss Rencois, but you have to understand, we had a whole gaggle of them a few years back that were just raiding the pantries all over Therboulder. They had to be taken care of, otherwise they would have robbed us all blind of our food stores and we wouldn't have been able to eat nothing.
Ah, right. So I should simply blanket hate an entire race anytime I have any sort of negative experience with anyone, right?
I never said we hated them.
You wiggled a hammer.
He
At
just
me.
very pointedly looks at him.
I don't
Soren
hate.
is also looking at him.
I don't hate kobolds. I just don't like them in the house. To which his wife responds,
And
"Well,
is your house, this entire city, essentially?
no, it's not.
Oh, so just anywhere where you have to deal with them.
I mean, and you see him stumbling in on himself as his wife comes in for the rescue. I mean, what he means is we're not used to it, right, hubby? And he yep, nope, not used to it one bit, and it means I just don't like it. And she kind of holds it back. She kind of like shushes him, just like, shh, you're making it worse on yourself. You're embarrassing us in front of Soren's maybe not girlfriend.
In Draconic, Soren's just going to say to Agathar, I wanted to tell them, but I think it's better if I just, as much as I don't want to hide our relationship, I think it's better if we keep it under wraps here.
Soren, are
We
you
should
okay?
give them time.
You sounded like you were gargling nails there for a moment.
Soren starts reciting one of the tribal laws of the Etery in Draconic.
Oh, that ain't right. He's speaking lizard speak.
He goes, "Do you know what I just said?"
They both shake their heads.
I was reciting one of the tribal laws of the Etery in Draconic. It's a different language.
Oh, well, we don't know no lizard speak round these parts.
You see, I needed to
Rencois
translate it.
Rencois will say in Draconic, What a shocker.
Neatal currently has her ear, like she has both of her ears gripped, and she's like has them pulled down in front of her face, like, oh my god, my fucking parents. Oh
no, mom and dad are racist.
So then Soren is going to recite another one of the tribal laws in Dwarven to see if they understand that.
Now that's a language we know. All right, one.
And then
Stone sturdy.
And then he's gonna recite a third one in Nullish.
Oh, and we know that one too. It's your home language, son. You should be using that more. She kind of like says to you in Nolish, the little lizard can't speak this, can he?
Soren looks down at Agathar. Not honestly, like he doesn't know if Agathar actually.
Can Agathar speak Nolish?
Agathar looks up at Soren with a smile, and little question marks appear over his head.
Soren just shakes his head.
She says, she continues the conversation in Nolish. All right then, well, since we're all Auric Tolly, we should all know this is a language. We should all know this language. Let's continue the conversation with this, so we don't upset the fireball wielding lizard. Yeah.
Soren looks up at the ceiling, thinks about it for a second, and goes, "No, in common, he just says, no, I'd much rather he be involved."
Oh, okay.
Agathar will like speak in mumble. It's just like, huh? The orange set the cat on the sword. Oh god. It's just, huh? The sunrise set the world alight, huh? But it's thieves can't towards Neatal. Just, huh? Parents, right?
She mutters under her breath. The cloak over the moon obscures the night, which says, I am so fucking sorry. I want to die right now.
The blanket is a warm embrace, which he replies as, well, at least yours doesn't want to genocide other species.
It's like, at least yours are less racist.
Yours don't have a kill count.
Your mom speaks to Agathar. You see, son, this is why Mama Morse does not respect the dwarves, or the elves, or the humans. Mama Morse knows best.
I understand.
Despite the fact that these are none of them.
They live in a dwarven city.
We are working on this, mother. Give it some time.
I am watching patiently, son, but they call you a rat one more time. I may be inclined to try to do something.
Likewise.
That is my boy.
He glares at his side.
So yeah, Soren is going to pipe up and say, I see that there is a lot that we all need to learn, especially here in Vuori. There are things I need to tell you about me journeys, about what I've experienced, what I've seen, what I've learned about everything.
I'll say you came by with a kobold of all things.
I also came by with snake eyes, snake fangs, a very pale complexion,
Your
black
mother,
veins.
your mother nods solemnly. You're a snabbit now. Although, wait a minute. She looks at Agathar conspiratorially. Did he have something to do with that?
No, but his mom did.
Yeah.
Hold on. I just want to get the dad's response before you guys clap back. They're known for carrying around snake person disease. They give you scales and lizard features.
Does not have any of that, even remotely.
They both look at each other, then look at you confused, like, it's not. That's what we were told.
No.
You
By
go.
who?
I'm just saying, little miss. Last I heard of a kobold attacking someone, they bit them right on the knee, and the next thing we knew, that person was a half-lizard person.
Soren wants to tell him where his current condition came from, but doesn't want to tell him because that was also brought on by a kobold.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sure was.
that's exactly why Rencois wasn't saying shit.
I mean,
Yes.
here's the thing, though. Do you have to mention that she's a kobold?
Well, he's not going to mention where it came from. He's
Fair
just going to
enough.
say no. Aggie was not involved in this at all. He had nothing to do with this.
Oh.
So, you didn't answer Rencois' question though. Where did you learn that from?
Well, people talk. People talk. There's word around about them kobolds and what they do, how they go about their stuff and their nonsense and whatnot.
And have you ever heard what kobolds do from kobolds? Or just what everyone else says that kobolds do?
No. Now, why would I ever meet a kobold? Them things not allowed in the city.
She just very dramatically, 2 arms, just fucking swings them towards Agathar.
Sparkle,
Sor-
sparkle.
Soren's hand under the table is just gripping Agathar's just like tightly in an "I am so fucking sorry" kind of gesture. as he just looks at his parents and says, "So, if there is one thing I've learned in my travels, one of the things I'd like you to know about, it's that fear can often color one's perception of things, and often in a negative light. There's the fear of something, and then they start coming up with reasons to hate them because they want that fear to be justified. Does this make sense to you?"
I mean, to a degree, I suppose.
And then if many people share that fear, that word starts getting spread around, and the news starts getting picked up by people with similar fears, and then they start sometimes misconstruing things that they've seen, or start coming up with excuses as to how the theories that they've heard make sense. Because nobody wants to admit they're wrong.
So you're saying that kobolds don't worship an evil dragon god?
Well, some do, but do some Orctali also worship evil gods? Do some dwarves also not worship evil gods? Do some humans also not worship evil gods?
Evil doesn't care about race.
No, but we heard that there's a whole deity names like Kermok or some shite like that, some lizard speak word, who's like, a kobold that, wants to kill a bunch of people and stuff, evil gold.
No, the
I
name's
mean-
Cecil.
If you would like, Agathar, you may roll me a religion check.
Yes.
I was gonna do the same.
If you would also like to, Rencois, you may also roll me a religion check.
18.
Soren must have rolled a religion.
Go
I
for
don't know
it.
goddamn shit.
Soren has a +0 to religion. Let's let it fly.
Let's go.
8.
Yeah.
So, Rencois, Soren, neither of you really would have encountered this particular god because it's literally a patron deity of kobolds. But hey, Agathar, his name is Kurtalmok, not Kurtomok or what, not Kurtobat or whoever they were saying.
Kurtalmot.
Yeah, Kurtalmok, and yes, he is a lawful evil god of kobolds who has the domains of war and trickery.
Your mom
And,
loves him.
and-
yeah.
Your mom loves him. She worshipped him
Yeah.
to a degree. And as a secondary aside, his religious symbol is a gnome's head on a spike.
Cool.
Yeah,
Hateful
no.
decor.
It's one of those things where worshippers of Kurtalmak are arch nemeses of worshippers of Garl Glittergold, who is the gnomish god.
Mhm.
Because he imprisoned Kurtalmak in a labyrinth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the evil kobolds do worship Kurtalmak. So they're not wrong, but not every kobold does it. And they if you will allow me, they turn to those gods because of how they are treated.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't be treated so badly if they acted like normal people.
Mm,
Dad.
but
Are they given a chance?
I mean, I'm giving one a chance right now. No,
That was an
no
accurate
offense,
question, Dad.
Right.
no offense, Soren, but you seem to have one of the good ones in your lap.
There's a huge sigh. He goes.
There's another very deep breath through the nose.
People turn to unsavory things because they're not given chances to do good things and to explain themselves. And people jump to conclusions like they jump to a hammer.
Oof.
Really, no? Alright, I'm gonna make another self-reflection roll.
Oh, Ritzwell was
Oh
going to make a
my
comment.
god. Yeah, go ahead and make a comment, Rencois.
Because I don't know if it'll affect the roll.
Might?
It's a pretty simple, self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh, all kobolds do is pillage and steal. You can't trust them. They come to town trying to make honest living. No one trusts them. They can't find work. They need food and a place to live. So what do? They pillage and steal. And everyone goes, look, we were right. And the cycle continues ad nauseum forever.
Can Soren add on to that too?
Go for it.
He says, and what causes this viewpoint of kobolds to begin with?
Sorry, say that one more time.
What caused this viewpoint of kobolds to begin with? Let me answer that question for you. Fear. Unfounded, unexplainable fear. A fear that was irrational in someone's mind, so they made it rational by coming up with things like kobold steal. They infect. They're all diseased.
Well,
And that's where it starts. It's always fear.
alright. Okay. The two of them kind of, like, look to each other, and then they kind of, like, look to the three of you, and they both look at Agathar. And as they kind of both kind of they both kind of like begin whispering to each other in the Nolish language. If you guys want to eavesdrop, it's basically just one of those things of like have we been a bit too harsh, a bit too wrong maybe? I mean, I think that we were kind of in the right. Maybe like this.
Are we the baddies?
Yeah. It's basically one of those conversations of like, I mean, our son is being wise and knowledgeable, and you know they're real proud about that. So they kind of like take a moment, and then they turn back to you. Well, I'm supposing I wasn't really giving them their kobolds a fair shake. I was just protecting my own, you know?
I understand that.
It was a real trying time back then. This place don't have a lot of food to go around, so when we were told that our food was getting stolen by them there kobolds, we maybe funded the crusade to take them down. And that
Soren
might
just
have been
nods.
wrong. There was a small little contingent of people that wanted to talk to him, to parlay and whatnot. They kind of got drowned out by all the others. But, they both kind of, like, look at you, Agathar. And, Soren's mom just kind of, like, she pauses in what she was about to do, but her husband gets up and makes his way over to you and offers you a handshake. And
He smiles.
Hey Soren.
That's what definitely like
You're,
scooches closer just in case.
Your names. The names of your parents, please.
Oh, Tark is the father, Mela is the mother.
Alright. Name's, Tark Wonderwind.
It's Wonderwind?
My son? Anyway, name's Tark Wonderwind. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mr. Lizard Guy. I don't know your name yet.
He gives a smile, and he will, not quickly, but he will slowly reach out and he will accept his handshake. My name is Agathar Fang. It's nice to meet you.
Agathar Fang, is that a family name?
Something like that.
Doing your son.
Snort.
And as he goes to sit down, his wife gets up and she's like, "My name's Mia. It's a pleasure to Mila. Name's Mila. It's a pleasure to meet you too, Agathar." No, God. And she'll kind of like reach out a hand to shake yours as well.
Yeah, he will gently shake it.
She'll shiver slightly. "Ooh, you're real cold."
The cold-blooded. He sweats.
Mela, my fault.
Yeah, that's what I said, Mela.
I'm sorry, I misheard that.
Oh, listen to...
No, it wasn't.
It explains so much.
Fuck
I
you, I
don't
don't
have
listen to
anything.
anything.
Look at me.
I know I have a
during.
vorpal sword. I know I'm a fucking linchpin now. I know I've got a fucking quantum scale armor, but nobody listens to me. Fucking sentient weapons. I'm sorry, continue.
That's funny. I was
2
actually
seconds.
also going to.
At any rate, what was I saying? Oh yeah. But you know, they both very tentatively shake your hand, and they both then sit down. And they, and almost as if it just now occurs to her, she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, not very hospitable of me, but would you like a bowl of the soup?"
Oh, I would love one. Thank you.
It's
Yes.
quite good.
And she'll kind of like look over and just say, "Oh, by the gods, what happened to your bowl, Rencois?"
Oh,
Sorry, what did you say?
I'm trying to think of an excuse.
Neatal
just decides
Neatal
to
is gonna
not answer and just says, "Could I get another bowl, please?"
Neatal's gonna lift a hand up and go. She's a very strong girl, yeah, very very big muscles and awesome and very very strong, and sometimes doesn't know her own strength. You know, And your bigger bowl, your bowl must have been like super
Ren-
weak.
Rencois is
And-
just going to slowly put a hand over her mouth.
I think
Just
she's reaching across
slowly.
Soren to do this.
You.
No, Neotel's between you and her.
Okay.
As she just kind of like slowly settles down. Sorry. And you and like Mela just looks and there's looking between the two of you, just like, oh, that was a little weird. And she'll just kind of like gently pick up your broken bowl, upend the soup that remained back into the bowl and back into the pot, and she'll take. Actually, no, wait, she won't. She'll just give that to Agathar. Yeah, I figured you might enjoy that a bit better because it's got a smaller portion size.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I do eat a lot, but this is wonderful. Thank you.
Also, Rencois, you would probably also pick up a mild bit of, and also it's not the good cutlery from her in the background, from her background thoughts as she just goes to the kitchen to get a new bowl.
Yeah.
Agathar will do the standard check and then proceed to
Ritual
chat
that they
down.
do. Every time, do they just kind of like sniff their food before they eat it?
Not entirely. He was raised by someone who always taught him to check all of his corners, so to speak.
Aye, right then. I suppose it's a good thing to have here in this city at the very least. Not too proud to say it, but they have kobold poison around here.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me actually. I'm just good.
Rencois just kind of blinks and is like, what is the difference between kobold poison and just regular poison?
Well, kobold poison's been specifically engineered to be poisonous to kobolds. It's a little powdery substance you sprinkle onto a couple donuts and you leave them out there in the middle of the street, and if they disappear, then, you got yourself a kobold.
Can I ask a question?
I twitch.
Soren's eye does too.
I mean, not that I've ever used those before.
Do you have one here?
Just whispers to Draconic and Soren. He absolutely has.
He absolutely fucking has. No real insight check needed. He's a bad liar.
So I roll insight. The DC is -5.
The DC
Yes.
is don't bother.
Yeah,
Gonna
exactly.
be Sitting above the mantle.
But yeah, no.
Is don't crit fail.
She'll and Mela does return eventually and just kind of like puts the bowl onto the countertop before Rencois puts some more soup in it. There you go, love. Sorry about the wait. And she'll very daintily sit back down. I don't happen to have any on me in the house right now. Any what, Theron? Kobold poison. Oh. No, we don't have none of that in the house.
It's out back in the shed.
None of that whatsoever.
So the powder I just snorted in the corner of the room, wasn't it?
At 17. Yeah, no, they have some in the house. They just don't want to be rude.
I did ask them.
Yeah.
It's in the pantry next to the flower. No, they're not dumbasses.
Soren's not gonna say anything right now.
Under the sink. Duh.
Exactly.
Except that and that poison was probably engineered because of the rampant fear that's being spread about kobolds.
I mean,
Again.
I'm just saying, they're indigenous little folks. They're tricksy little things. You got yourself a good one, and I will admit, maybe the others aren't as bad as we think they are.
And we were making such good progress.
Look, I'm at least hearing you out in your arguments, son, and I'm not, trying to talk down to you, but I am older than you, and, I know a bit more about the world.
Everyone has flashbacks of everything that they just went through in 1 year.
Soren just looks his dad in the eye and just has a innocent grin, and he goes, "All right, let's say a son who is half the age of their father has had all the experiences with kobold between the two of them. Would the father still know better?"
Oh. Oh.
Gives you an a fucking indignant look, like, listen here, you little shit.
It's like, I brought you in this world, I can take you out, and he just hears 2 clicks under the table and goes, "Go ahead, try it."
It's like,
What?
Oh boy. So you were trying to say Rencois?
oh no.
Oh boy, okay.
Just, she was ready to take, again, very deep breaths to calm herself. And then Soren claps back, and she just gives a very small smile.
All right, let me roll for discombobulation.
Discombobulate.
Oh yeah,
Roll
no.
for cognitive dissonance.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no, he's kind of like, he's like, oh, well, that's you just because you don't. He kind of like folds his arms across his chest and like just harumphs. It's like he knows you're right. He hates
So
to
bad when he's
admit it
right.
though.
Soren just like closes his eyes and takes a breath, and he says, "Look, Dad, I don't hate you. I love you. I love you dearly. But
Hey, no, son, I love you too. You and your lizard-loving ways.
let me finish, Dad, please."
Sorry. Yes, Theron, let him finish. Go ahead, son.
Unless Theron's a nickname.
Theron is... Yeah, Theron is his name, is it not?
Tark.
Hark! Fuck!
Tark. T-A-R-K.
Tark! God damn it!
Cecil Chucky, damn it!
Fuck shit.
Anyways, Soren just continues. I love you. I love you, Dad. And it's because I love you that I'm trying to correct you. I know where this kind of talk comes from. I know I've experienced it myself in some areas. I've witnessed it. It all comes from fear. And I don't want you to live in that. I want you to do better, and that's why I'm trying here.
Aye, son, we know. And we're trying our best over here. But you're trying to convince us that the sky ain't blue no more. If that makes sense.
I see where you're coming from. It's more like, well, I guess that is kind of a good analogy, but it ain't gonna be right now. I understand that, because these things are deeply rooted in pretty much everywhere, and because it's rooted everywhere, it's taken root in your mind. It needs to be gently removed, as they say, I ain't a big gardener, so if I'm getting some facts wrong about that, then let me know.
Oh, you're not wrong about that. Oh,
It's gonna take
Soren.
experience. it's going to take experience. It's going to take time, and it might take longer than several generations of Orktali to fully remove it from all of Vuori. It ain't going to happen overnight. I understand that, but I am happy that you're at least listening, and
Well, of course
taking
we're
the words into
listening to
account.
you, son. You're our son, after all. You know, regardless of whether you have a pet kobold or not. And, sorry, Agathar. You have a pet Agathar or not. And, and, we understand. We're giving you the, time and attention you need, because we weren't really able to give you that before. And she kind of looks to her husband, and we just want you to know that we still support you in your endeavors. Why, even if they're a wee bit weird.
Great, great. So now I guess is the time to tell you that I'm actually dating this guy. He doesn't say that.
I was about to say,
He does not say that. No.
come
No,
on, do it.
He is.
It'll
No,
be
he is
fine.
withholding that information because it will make everything he's saying seem like it's biased. So he is not saying that yet.
Okay.
Yet.
So yeah, no,
But boy is he tempted.
the oh no.
That is trying so hard to figure out a way to make that happen.
So Mela's gonna say, "Oh, it's actually a relief, you know. For a second there, I thought you were dating the guy or something like that."
Yep.
Oh, wouldn't that be weird, stranger than Neotol dating Rencois or something like that?
Why would that be
Imagine
weird?
it, an Orktali and a kobold. They'd be like real weird, wouldn't it? You probably couldn't even
a
fit in
kobold
them.
and a squirrel.
Yeah.
Soren just says, "Why would it be weird if kobolds are people?"
Well, there's the size difference to consider first and foremost. Aye, look at him. He's like 2 foot nothing with his horns. No offense, Agathar.
No, I'm aware.
You might split the poor boy
again.
in half.
Back to trying not to be angry about something they're correct about.
Never been so offended about something I 100% agree with.
Yeah, crazy how that's happened like 4 times.
Like the table just suddenly snaps in half as Rencois just...
like Pat's Rencois was like, breathe.
But Soren does hear the last thing that Mela just said, and he goes, "Did you just... Is that the first place your mind went to? Honestly." He just says with an innocent smile.
I mean, like, that's usually what people in relationships do, isn't it? Has that changed? Do they do something else in Vitrium? Are we wrong about the orgies? Oh, if we're wrong about the orgies, what else could we be wrong about? Maybe they don't have that multiple partners thing anyway.
Agathar
wrong
opens his
about
mouth
the
and then
orgies?
closes.
Oh my lord. Oh my fucking lord. I'm sorry, hold on, I need a minute.
I hope you love your mom and dad.
Keep them away from the college town. Keep them away from the college town.
Keep them away from Morningwood. By all cows.
Morning wood, not wood. Keep them away from all those weird horny towns. Those were supposed to be placeholder names, and then Shad ran with it.
Hell yeah, I ran with it.
I mean, there's no better names, honestly.
You
I
can,
could have thought of a few.
you can go get some deep wood from the hardwood, and then go to the morning wood to get some knot wood afterwards.
Yeah.
And then you go to Lake Post for your vacation.
Yeah, pretty much. Or just pretty soon they're just gonna start up and like bring up a whole new town. Just call it Flacid Wood. Why not?
We call it softwood.
Softwood. There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's far more subtle.
Shad, I see you editing the map in real time.
But anyways,
A new town just appeared. Man, how good.
Wow.
How cool.
Soren will just reply to his mom and say, "Well, you're not entirely wrong. They do have those over there, not quite as frequently as you might think.
That's a
from
relief.
Vitrium.
We're not wrong about another thing today.
Well, not entirely wrong. It's more like it's more accepted over there. It's not like every single weekday.
It's like
I along with the weirdo boy kissing and the girl kissing. That's weird too.
And Soren can feel Agathar clench against his leg, just like, oh, he wants to just kiss Soren right now. Just be like,
Oh, Soren is still grabbing onto Agathar's.
I want you
to. I want you to so fucking badly, Agathar.
I'm dropping the niceties.
Rencois just eyeing Neatal.
Neatal is still just like she's she is murmuring under her breath, and you can hear her voice in your ear, Rencois. I am so sorry about everything they're saying. I did not know it was this bad. I wasn't even out of the closet when I was around them at the time. Oh my god, it's worse than I imagined. Why did my parents have to be this way? I thought I wanted a connection with them. Now I'm not even sure if I want to be in the same room with them anymore. Oh god. They're fucking racist and bigoted.
Do you think Agathar's invisibility cloak would fit me? I need to disappear.
I need to disappear, please.
She just grabs Agathar. Teach me it.
She'll then say, "Could you please just hold my hand for a little bit? Give me some support." Oh dear God. No wait. That might make them. Oh no, that might make them not like you.
She'll reach and hold her hand under the table.
Oh, she squeezes it just like
a gentle squeeze.
Like Neatal just there, like, please, no. On second thought, don't do it. It might make you look gay. It might make you look gay. I mean, I know you are, but
just so tempted to just set them on the table, but no.
I mean, hey, if you want to, go for it, man.
No.
Like, I want it to be known that they are not. Like, it does not seem as if they are like outright hating it. They're just like, it's not weird.
Oh, that's wrong. It's just, oh, that's weird.
I mean, it's a mixture of like wrong and weird, but mostly weird. It's like that's wrong because that's not how you make babies. But that's so weird. Why wouldn't you want to do that?
Yeah.
Like,
so,
like as if the idea of contraception has not even occurred to these two.
Yeah, and Soren's going to reply to that with, "Oh, and everything you first experience is weird. It's just how we are. It's just how people are."
Nope. I remember the first time I ever ate a steak. That was great. Wasn't weird in the slightest. Tasted real
Well, that's because
good.
you're prepared because it smells good, right?
I mean,
and
you're not wrong about that.
Meanwhile, in the Etery encampment, you were probably told to keep your relationships between the different genders, so that, or between the different sexes, so that the lines of succession can continue and the Etery don't die out, right?
They both nod.
He looks at Tark and says, a bad smell on the whole idea, didn't it?
There ain't no smell when it comes to sex and stuff. That's right. Except for afterwards or during. Sometimes there's a bit of smell during and after, but oh gosh.
Soren's holding up his hand and says, "It was a metaphor."
Anyway, so she kind of like puts her hands to her cheeks and is like, "Oh no, is this what I get for not being around to have the talk with you? Aye, we had the talk with your sister Neatal just fine, and look at her. out there kissing boys and whatnot. Neatal just kind of like squeezes Francois' hand a bit tighter. Aww.
Francois,
Are you okay?
lightly
You look like
shaking.
this. You look like the soup ain't agreeing with you. Sorry, you were saying.
oh, I was just gonna say, it's like she's lightly shaking, though, trying not to laugh instead of anger for once.
You okay there,
A very
Neatol?
good poker face, but
Yeah. You okay there, Neatol? You're looking like the soup ain't agreeing with you too well. Are you not used to eating veggies? Aye, you should be eating a lot more veggies in your diet if you're not used to eating them like this. No, Mom, it's fine. Yeah, it's me. Your dear Neatol. Your loving daughter who...
Totally straight.
Yeah, it's straight as an arrow.
Lots of boys.
Straight as an arrow. Yeah, woo.
Just me? It's just me, your daughter, Neatal, your straight daughter.
Your straight daughter.
Hold
no
on.
girl kissing.
Hold on. Let me roll her deception at disadvantage. She has a good chance of passing still, despite. Oh no.
I win that crit.
No. She got a 3 versus a 9 and a 6. She's very she's like, yeah, no, it's just me, your straight daughter Neatal. She lifts up the hand that's holding Rencois to like wipe sweat off of her brow, and she realizes the hand holding's been revealed. Gay panic moment happens, and like Mela narrows her eyes, and Tark's like, wait a minute, what are you holding her hand for?
Wait a minute.
Neatal, are
Yeah,
you a girl kisser and not a boy kisser?
Let's be fair. There are worse things to call people. We will take it.
Rencois is just desperately trying to hold it together and take them seriously, saying fucking boy kisser and girl kisser.
Unironically.
Like, unironically, as full-ass adults.
Well, we don't want to be rude, you know. Aye, we're not bigots.
Are you one of the gays?
Are you one of them gay?
But you know, she leans.
Are you one of those them homosexuals?
So yeah, no. Mela leans forward a bit. It just says, Neatal, are you? Gosh, is it despite our conversation about the birds and the bees that you still decided to, not pollinate the flowers? Mom, I can't pollinate flowers. I just, I like.
Agathar speaks in Draconic. Agathar speaks in Draconic to Soren. I can't tell if this is going really well or really badly.
Both. The answer is both. I like girls, Mom. I'm sorry. Just don't hate me, please. And Tark's like, hold on now. Who said anything about hating you because you kiss girls like a weirdo? No, that's our daughter, Tark. You gotta be a bit more sensitive.
You're just a feckin' weirdo. We don't.
You're just a fucking weirdo.
Look, Neatal. I'm sorry about him. It's okay that you that you're one of the gays. That you're a homosexual, as some might say.
One of them homosexians.
Yeah, the homosexians. Yes, that's the word, right? Yeah, I believe it is.
Oh my god, this is the best night of my life.
Neotal's just like, yeah, I am. I'm a homosexual and I'm gay. I'm a lesbian. Oh, that's a new word. We never heard about that one before. What's a lesbian? It's someone who likes girls. A girl who likes girls. Oh. Is that a better word than girl kisser?
Yes. Please start using it.
Oh, all right then. We thought we were being inoffensive by saying girl kisser and whatnot. We don't want to be mean.
There are worse things.
It's not offensive, it just sounds like you're an 8-year-old.
Also, it sounds a bit derogatory coming from certain people.
Tart goes, I know, that's my wife you're talking about there. She ain't no 8-year-old. I don't think that's what they. I don't think that's what she meant. Targ, let's be nice. Sorry, Rencois. He's a bit defensive of me. I, as any good husband should be. Folds his arms matter of factly.
Agathar nods solemnly.
See, even Agathar agrees with us.
Soren just thinking to himself, I love my parents, but I'm trying really hard to love them right now.
They're making it very
Both-
difficult.
At any rate, yeah, like, this is pretty much how the conversation goes.
Soren's just like, did I really spend my entire life trying to find this?
I mean, hey, look. You know what the silver lining is? They aren't bigots. They're just very ill-informed.
They're just idiots.
Not even idiots. They're just
Sheltered.
misinformed. Yeah, sheltered even. They come from a
Yeah.
different culture.
Yep, and that culture itself is very sheltered.
Yeah.
There is one question that Soren wants to ask before the scene, if you were like trying to get the scene to end.
Go for it.
He just looks at Tark and says, "So when you introduced yourself to Aggie, you called yourself Tark Wonderwind. Is that our last name?"
He nods. Aye, why wouldn't it be?
Because that's the name I chose to go with when I decided to set out on my own. I wasn't
Oh.
told it before I left.
Oh,
I kept
in
it
that.
hidden.
Oh, really? No.
Aye, that's Edery. That's the Edery law. The names are usually wiped from the record and are never spoken of again.
Oh. Then you must have had it subconsciously in your mind. We had to
That would be
change our
pretty weird.
names whenever we moved out here.
Dolaroth, I'm assuming.
They nod.
Hmm.
I mean, hey, brother, you can take the family name if you want.
So
I-
strange to have been using it for the last 13 years.
We can't really use Wonderwind anymore. Tribal customs and whatnot, even if we don't agree with the bastard that put them in place. The right bastard that he is. The right bastard that
don't-
he is.
Oh, don't worry about it, Mom and Dad. I do plan on meeting him hopefully soon. Might be tomorrow, might be today, might be tomorrow. Well, it ain't gonna be today or tomorrow. Might be in the month, might be in a year, but I will be seeing him again. And I'm gonna be asking him some very, very pointed questions.
When you do, tell him Turk says hello, and then punch him in the face.
We'll see if it comes to that.
I prefer swords.
At any rate, on to other things. So we were talking about the soup, right? Your mother says nervously.
We were talking about the soup and how our daughter's gay now.
Yeah, about how she's a lesbian now.
Lesbian.
It's like, so how's the soup? Is it gay? Good, good. I meant good.
Does that mean that you're actually going? Does that mean that you two are a couple? She points
Are
to
you-
you, and she points to you, Rencois, and Neotal afterwards.
Are you two lesbians?
It's complicated.
Yeah, Mom, complicated. we're not, going out. We're just holding hands like good friends. Yeah. Mild pain.
So I suppose I should take the second to let you know that I'm bi.
Sorry, what? and that's where we'll end the scene. Is your parent just going, what? What's
You're leaving?
what's that mean? Yeah, no, you're leaving?
I was about to say,
I'm
like,
bi?
they're probably not incredulous because they don't even know what the hell it is.
Yeah,
bifurcated?
exactly. You're bi? What's that? You're leaving?
It's like,
You're leaving
I'm
already?
bi. What are you buying?
So yeah, no. And basically, but yeah, that's where I'll leave you guys for the moment.
It's perfect, honestly.
Vani, you have a you have a scene. What are you doing? You have Tritonio there. You have Gale there. Gale's currently sitting there. She looks a bit agitated. And Tritonio is just like, Vani, how goes the search for your brother? You said that you made some progress, yes, but you did not tell me if you ever found him, saw him, or whatever he looks like, yes?
Well, you see, things happened. Apparently lots of weird things with magic. I don't really understand the full... What's the word? Repercussions that it has happened? From what it sounded like, shortly after some rather potent magic was used. Something about the fabric of time. Someone this group has long since crossed whisked my brother away, and now they're hunting him down while hunting down artifacts.
Really now? And who are they hunting
Yeah.
down specifically? Maybe we know what they look like, or their names, or something. You know me. I am certainly willing to lend my aid to these circumstances as they are needed.
All Vani knows is a name.
I feel like did we not describe Bethany in that group meeting?
No.
I'll say you guys did. I'll say you guys.
I feel like it would have been important to be like, hey, look out for this bitch.
Yeah, no, it was
I
just
think that's just a detail that I missed.
here's a name and that's it. Here's a name. This is the Archmage that they follow. Here's the Archmage of said school of magic, and a name. That's it.
Yeah. So what do you tell him?
She'll go off and describe Lucas and Bethany.
Well, I've never met this man Lucas before, but a Oractali woman, a rabbit folk with a brown fur. I think I've seen a couple of those before.
Not really a whole lot to go off of.
No, not really. Sadly.
But apparently they're both powerful in their own rights with magic.
Spellcasters, eh?
Annoying ones.
Yeah, very annoying ones, I'll tell you this much. You see, this I know. Whenever you're dealing with a spellcaster, there is a limited number of things you can do to keep oneself safe. But this does not mean that they are impossible to deal with. You just simply have to know the forms of attack they can take and how to counter those. He smiles.
Apparently, Bethany is a fan of simulacrums.
Ugh, that's nasty little business. So she's never there by herself, huh? Well, she's at least a 7th tier caster at the minimum. Or that is the rank of that particular spell.
From what I can gather.
Which means she very likely has other nasty spells such as disintegrates and fireballs and the ever so loathsome confusion spell. He shudders.
Yeah. They prefer enchantment magics, which are arguably even worse.
Ah, yes. Dominate person and whatnot, eh?
Yep.
Well, I shall spread this knowledge to the rest of my people, and we shall prepare for the inevitable, no?
Yep. They say that they want to try to take them both alive, but what's the harm of a simulacrum dying here and there?
What is the harm indeed? Plus, it should be quite easy for me to establish if she is a simulacrum or not with my trusty spear. He pats his spear, which is a metallic one, made of black obsidian along the haft with these red runic glyphs carved into it that get more numerous the closer they get to the spear tip, which is made out of this solid red material with silver runes etched into the tip of it. And you would know the name of his spear is... Let me find the name of his spear. The name of this particular weapon is Lagrima de Viuda. And I will get that spelling for you.
Yeah, I probably misspelled that horribly.
Which you would know roughly translates to a mother's tears. And this particular spell, and this particular spear, you would know has... yeah, and this particular spear, you would know, has the capability of slicing through magic itself. It has kept him safe on many a battlefield, and you have seen many a wizard or sorcerer go to cast a shield spell, only for him to still stab them through it.
You know, one of these days, you are going to let me copy the runes off of that spear.
Yes, but then it becomes just like any other spear. It is no longer a unique family heirloom of mine.
True, but then again, I'll be the only one that knows it. Which means profit.
To some degree, yes.
Hey, who says that can't do a little bit of modification to the spell? Say,
Nah.
give it to some zealots, that way instead of cutting through, they take triple damage?
Nah, that would, you don't need to give something like that to the zealots. It will make your, it will ruin your reputation.
Oh, what's wrong with a few zealots dying now and then?
They are still people at the end of the day. And people can be misled, but they can always be put right back onto the path of righteousness. This I tell you, that any one person can be brought to evil, can be brought to commit crimes, to do things that are against their very nature as a human being. But they can always be set right back on the path. Bright as a spear once more. All it takes is a bit of time, patience, and a great smith. He nudges you with his elbow. Smiles.
Some things cannot be reforged, so they must be scrapped.
Well, such is life, no? But that does not mean that I will ever give up on trying. After all, this is what my entire company is based around, yes?
Fair enough.
We are here to protect the common people. We are here to be the spears that defend our citizens from the true threats to our society, such as the undead menace, not these, other things the zealots agree are bad for Vuori. Diversity is a benefit to everyone involved.
True. I mean, just look at Vitrium.
Ah, yes, Vitrium. If only I could visit the place, but alas, I cannot, not unless the undead outpost in the Necropolis happen to no longer be issues. In which case, maybe I could take a vacation there. Who knows? I certainly don't.
Knowing you, as soon as you enter Vitrium, you'll find another reason to create an organization of spears.
Well, this I tell you. It is not unlike me to take a vacation and turn it into a bit more work for myself. After all, what better way for me to truly become the hero I aspire to be?
Vani's just thinking to herself, if he goes anywhere else outside of Vuori, he's probably going to die.
He's proven to be very resilient in the past. Like,
Above game, as soon as he sees the bramble, he's going to die.
It's one of those things where you would know that kind of like the airs he puts on for himself and for his mercenary company are all they aren't all hot air. This guy has true conviction and belief in what he's doing. And whenever he goes into combat, it's almost as if he's a different person. He's a lot more focused. A lot less joking and jovial, depending on how serious the battle is. And he's precise. But as he sits there drinking and making merry with you, he claps his hands. Robin, over here for a moment, please. And you see a human kind of like scamper over and sit themselves down beside you, and this human has like red hair, some a little bit of peach fuzz going on, and is male with a bit of chainmail, a spear on his back. Hey, Tritonio, what's up? Well, Robin, I would like for you to take a small sketch of this Bethany character, as well as Phelan as well. We're going to be looking for them, for our dearest friend Vani. To which Robin turns to you and goes, "Oh, you found where your brother is? Or are you still looking for him?"
Still looking, but of sorts.
That's good to hear. I was hoping that you'd find him eventually. So, and you see him just kind of like start pulling out a few different papers and leaflets and some coloring and drawing materials. Would you be so kind as to begin describing them for me, please?
Using the descriptions that they gave earlier.
All right.
Bonnie's just gonna cast Prestige.
Okay. You make a mark that is in the same base, or you make a totem that's in like the same shape and description as them, And this guy begins to rapidly sketch and draw and slowly create 2 sketches of both your brother and of Bethany. All right, there you go, Tritonio. Good. Now begin distributing those amongst the people. Amongst the rest of the group. And make more copies. Sure thing, Tritonio. You got it. And he'll give a smile and a salute before picking up his paperwork and skittering away.
As the spy has been set in place.
At any rate, I wish to tell you about what we are going to do next after the Necropolis and the Undead Outpost have both been taken care of. And he begins to regale you with a long-winded tale of how he's going to legitimize the Spears of Vuori as a legitimate knight, as a knight as a knight rank, so on and so forth. And he's going to kind of like continue to grow their ranks and slowly, proliferate them to other places around the map as essentially undead hunters that are there to help citizens and be heroes in their own right to citizens and common folk. And unless you have anything else you'd like to do or say, ?
No, not really. Above game, though. Well, ain't this gonna be an interesting development when Anka takes over?
Oh, boy. And,
I can hear Shad slapping himself in the face like, oh, shit.
No, I knew about this. I planned for it. Don't worry about it, buddy. And I would say you guys drink and make merry for a few hours, and after a little while back over at the family house, long conversations are had late into the night, and eventually, Rencois, you can kind of like see Neatal just starting to nod off beside you. And currently your conversation's in the middle of like, After Soren explained what bi was, the conversation rapidly swifted to, wait a minute, you're a boy kisser? What do you do? And then
I kiss both, actually.
Oh, well, I hope you kiss girls more than you kiss boys. How else are you supposed to make babies?
That's right, he kisses rats.
Give me a couple of weeks.
Anyway, and I would imagine there's a lot more tense moments of just like, I hate that you're right about this, moments. Probably a couple more cracked dishes here and there.
And more cognitive dissonance checks.
Yeah, cognitive. Yeah. A lot more of those. A lot more self-reflection checks. Don't worry about it. But eventually, the two of them kind of like note that you guys are getting a bit tired, a bit sleepy, and your mother, Mela, just kind of like stands up. All right then. Well, I'm supposing the four of you could make yourselves at home, so to speak.
Thank you, Mom. I appreciate that.
We have some guest rooms. 2 of them. She frowns, noting that if she wanted to separate the girls and the boys apart from each other, it would be improper because, first of all, her son would be rooming with a rat, and second of all, Neatal would be rooming with a girl, and she's a girl kisser, so that's not right. But at the same time, she also doesn't want to like mix and match boys and girls because that's improper, because boys and girls aren't supposed to be in the same room unless they're married. And like you guys can see the gears clicking in her head as she's just trying to think of this conundrum of like,
Won't they be surprised when they hear noises coming out of both rooms?
ah! and she's just trying to be very polite, like, oh, there's only 2 rooms.
We could always go back to the cart, but that's up to you.
No, you can't just go back to the cart. You're with my son and my daughter and my daughter's a complicated relationship person. Yeah, woo. Turk kind of like leans in. Well, I don't want the kobold in our room at the very least.
You could say it,
It's
babe.
just- in his head, it's just slow head turn. It's funny you think you can stop me. Just say it, let's just-
And
Let me see if I can find a gif. I don't know if it's in.
And she says, plus, look at me, you told she's falling asleep right where she sits. Huh? No, I'm not. I'm awake. I can talk more about stuff. Yeah. Oh, you poor thing, you're so tired. I'm surprised you're even still awake right now. I suppose it'll be fine. Girls in one room, boys in another. Agathar is a boy, right?
A girl and boy, yes.
I'm gonna choose to
And,
ignore that second half. Yes, he's a male now. Yes, alright then. Yes, the 2 of you can share the other room. Yes, awesome.
I appreciate it, Mom. Thank you. Soren is also trying not to laugh.
Hold on. Look, I need to roll one more self-reflection for him to see if they say something else that's like extremely fucking racist. Oh, wrong one. Okay. You'd probably hear Tyrek mutter under his breath, or at least Soren and Rencois would. Might need to get new sheets after they're gone, and then Mila just smacks him on the shoulder. Anyway, moving along, you guys can go to sleep now.
That's probably a good idea. Thank you.
And she smacks him in the "shut up, you" kind of way.
And so Soren is chuckling to himself, and he goes, I appreciate it. It has been a long day.
And it's better to be, asleep in a nice comfy bed than it is in some musty old cart.
He just looks at Agathar and then back and goes, I appreciate it, thank you.
And how about you, Rencois? I hope, and you, Rencois, I hope you enjoy your sleep as well.
Of course. Thank you.
Yes. She still gives you like a weird look of like I still can't believe it. My daughter, a girl kisser. My son, a boy kisser. Oh my god.
A them kisser.
A both kisser.
A both
With a
kisser.
kobold pet. My word. And
bi
he's a
kisser. That's what bi is short for, right?
and he's a snabbit. My gosh, what's the sewing circle gonna think of this one?
I don't even know how I'm going to begin explaining this to the book club.
Yes.
Agathar would absolutely fucking rock a knitting club. That's such his jam.
You're just gonna put the Riz on the fucking 70-year-olds.
Oh my god, no! He gives
would-
him the great grandson treatment, just like, oh, it's okay, grandmama, I love you. Oh, you're so cute. I'm gonna give you a hard candy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, you're so adorable. Here's a Werther's original.
he would.
It was in
he
my
would
purse for the past
absolutely-
3 years. I just found it again.
He would absolutely use his sneaking powers for evil in that group. It's just like, so I heard the other day.
What? Beatrice did what now?
I swear, that's what she said.
Oh.
Mr. Girl, are you serious?
Oh no! Oh no! Agathar would be so good in a fucking knitting circle. I hate
Oh my
it.
god, dude.
Ah.
That would be his. That would be his miniature gang.
Like the police
doesn't-
come in and like the old ladies guard him.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry,
he doesn't need
Gertrude's
a-
been here her whole life, and
He-
you're not
he doesn't need
taking
a-
her.
He doesn't need a fucking kingdom. He's got his knitting circle.
Cecil surprisingly approves.
You're not supposed to like it.
Yes, but I love it. I'm joining it now. Ah!
Ow! Gunshots.
So yeah, no, she leads you guys into down a hallway to a couple rooms that are kind of like hewn into stone with like a wooden door. She opens them up to reveal 2 very simple guest rooms with a nightstand, a bowl of water in them for like, you know, washing your face and stuff, a bed, and 2 pillows. And as you guys kind of like enter the rooms, she'll like point down the hallway. The bathroom's just outside and to the left. It's a public latrine, so you may have to wait if you go at certain times, but you know, it's what we got. And she'll smile. If anyone has anything they'd like to say.
Soren nods and says thank you and gives his mom a hug, making a point to keep Agathar in his right hand, like holding him close with his right hand, and using his left hand to hug his mother.
Oh, that's sweet. You're hugging me with your rat.
Aggie's got the gimme hands.
the gimme hands.
Give me a hug.
Uppies. He wants uppies now. Look at that. I know cats that stretch like that. They lift their arms up, and you put your feet and you put your hands under their arms, and you lift them up, and they go. Ooh, they make a big stretch. Is that what he does? Is that what he does too?
He likes to be held.
Oh, that's adorable. She'll tentatively reach out, and she'll withdraw her hand, and she'll reach out, withdraw her hand, rolling courage.
Agathar,
She'll reach out and
Agathar
she'll
will,
tousle his hair, of which he has none.
yeah, Agathar will lean his head up to accept head rubs.
And after she does that, she's like, "Ooh, that was weird. Scales are weird." and her and her husband retire to their room.
When they say scales are weird, Soren will just rub Agathar's head, just casually, completely unbothered, and say, "It ain't so bad once you get used to it."
She will choose to ignore that. She chooses to
Soren
ignore that.
Soren is trying so hard right now.
Yeah. So yeah. Neotol and Rencois, the 2 of you enter a room. The door is closed behind you. Neotol looks at you, Rencois. Sorry again about them. I didn't know it was that bad.
That was, that happened.
Yeah, it was an exercise in patience.
That bigoted, happened.
Sorry we didn't get to go on our date. kind of got distracted.
Well, there's always tomorrow.
Oh, hey, is this you asking me out, or are you just, continuing me asking you out?
That's up for you to decide. She's just going to move towards the bed.
I mean, you don't, like, you don't want to put that on me. I mean, I might, she kind of, like, scoots
So
a
you
little
don't want
closer.
to?
But, no, I do. It's just, yeah, I do.
All right then.
So, she slides a bit closer. Would that happen to mean that, we would be going out together? Maybe?
I would be spending your efforts on thinking of what we're going to do,
Yeah, you're right. I should.
rather than putting a label on it.
You know what? That is, it's very fair. It's very fine. Sorry about that. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. You want the bed, right?
Yes, please.
Of course. I have a bedroll. And she'll begin to pull out her bedroll and unfurl it. And then she'll pause. Are you gonna be okay?
I'll be fine.
All right. Just know you can just know you can wake me up if you need someone to kind of like hold on to, you know?
Very well.
And then she'll very tentatively slip into her bedroll and turn over. And I would imagine you kind of like curl up into your own bed and tuck yourself in.
Yep.
And then just before you're about to drift off, you kind of hear from her. As bigoted and wrong as my parents were, I'm happy that I can be around them again.
I'm glad that you're happy.
Are you happy?
Your parents are exhausting.
Huh.
I can't think of I'm too tired to think of a nice way to put it.
Yeah, no, there's really no nice way to put it. They are exhausting.
They're trying at least. Although their trying is trying my patience.
I mean, it's trying my patience too. But I mean, they mean well.
I suppose.
Yeah. Then silence hangs in the air as the two of you slowly drift off to sleep.
Good night, Neato.
Good night, Rencois. Thanks for being here. It meant a lot.
You're welcome.
And with that, the two of you fall asleep. And Soren, Agathar, how are things in your room?
Agathar is crawling around like a gremlin as he's casting the alarm spell, essentially all over the room.
One alarm spell is good enough.
Yeah. And as he's like casting the alarm and like crawling sideways on the wall to like cover at least part of it, he is just gonna say, "Well, your parents are they're trying."
They certainly are, and I appreciate that. I really do. Most people who think like them don't.
Yeah, well, it was lucky that you were there. I think only maybe you would be able to convince them of such a thing.
And I don't even know why. They don't know me. It's
Well, they they're still you're still their son, and I'm sure they wanted to get to know you. You just couldn't.
I and I am going to be asking questions about that. He says with just the neutralist of expressions.
Mhm.
He is currently on the floor with a canvas in front of him, and he's started painting on it.
Mhm. Yeah, and I want to be there when it happens.
It's probably gonna be weird for you since you probably ain't familiar with that lifestyle.
No, I'm not. I'm weirded out by the fact that they essentially jumped out of their seats when granted, I did appear out of nowhere. A bad habit I have picked up. But that was a new reaction.
You know the funny thing though, Muffin?
Hmm?
It's the fact that I've been hanging around you and Soy for so long that it didn't even dawn on me that it might weird them out a little bit if he just appeared out of thin air.
You see, I am rubbing off on you.
Ah, you are. You are. I think you've left some blue on my shoulder at one point.
Yeah.
I will say it was quite entertaining to watch them jump.
She is. So you did see it go down.
You know,
Yes,
I was thinking you were there since Aggie was. I ain't surprised, honestly.
I was bored.
Do you see anything interesting?
Hmm. Some stuff. Lots of family drama. It was funny.
You didn't you didn't happen to find the kobold poison they clearly have here, did you?
No, I did. I also made sure that it wasn't put into the soup either.
I'm sure they
Agathar.
didn't try to.
No, they
Agathar,
didn't.
now hanging, now crawling on the ceiling, just hangs upside down. I was wondering what would be in that poison. I wonder if it maybe is a special, actually anti-kobold thing, or just rat poison marked with kobold.
Hmm. Comically enough, yes, it is indeed a kobold-specific poison.
Hmm. Did you nab some?
I don't need to.
Well, I know, but I might have a use for it.
Oh? Hmm. Fair enough.
Pigeons. contingencies and all that.
I'll make some.
Aw, thank you.
How potent?
Yes.
As potent as you would normally make it. I defer to the chef. He remains hanging upside down, his arms just limply hanging.
Fair enough. I will think about potency. Depends on the target. You'll owe me one.
Oh no, however will I pay you back? Okay.
And that is where you guys are. You each slowly fall asleep in your little snuggle pile.
Yeah. I will stay. Oh, she's there. Oh, she's staying the night. Okay, then he won't stay up.
Why would... No,
I mean,
she
I don't
breaks
know.
into the room, into the house, watches everything, and then just leaves? No!
That sounds about right.
I actually kind of want Soren to say something when Agathar goes, oh no, however will I pay you? Like, he was just gonna say something like, this unfortunately is one of those points in time where get a room, you two doesn't really work.
Currently speaking, she would normally be people watching, but all the people she wants to watch are either, already here in this house, or asleep, or moping and boring.
Fair.
So yeah, I know.
Very true.
She's picking on her favorite person.
Hell yeah. Sword, I will kiss you.
Yeah. And with that, the three of you go to sleep. Meanwhile, in Mila and Turk's room, the two of them kind of
Tark and
Mela. Yeah, whatever. Mela and Turk, Turk and Mela, it's the same difference. Shush.
I'll be here to correct you every single time.
I will smack you, okay? Don't make me kill your parents off right now.
What is happening?
With the way that you've been portraying them.
What is happening then?
Anyway. So the two of them
wake up and find kobold poison in their mugs.
No. The two of them kind of sit there silently, laying in their beds for a long time, their ears craned for any sounds in the house. Worried. And then slowly, Mela turns to Turk. I don't think they're doing anything untoward. Yeah, it's a good thing then. So, we have a gay, not gay son, and a lesbian daughter, and one of them has a pet kobold. Yep, that sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Aye, it does. You think we did something wrong? No, I don't think we did nothing wrong. I think that they maybe spent a bit too much time in Vitrium. They're a bunch of weirdos over there. Aye, you're right, weirdos indeed. Still, there are kids. Aye, you're right, there are kids. We love them all the same, yeah? Well, of course we do. She nods. Do you think that we're the baddies about them they're kobolds? I think we were the baddies in that situation. You still got that kobold poison? Aye, I do. Oh, you might want to go throw it in the latrine while we're thinking about it. Oh yeah, you're right. We should do that. and he'll and Turk will silently get out of bed and just creep through the house and very slowly take out the kobold poison, go over to the latrine and just toss it in. And that's where their night ends.
I was just fucking imagining it's like, should probably go toss it into the train while we're thinking, we should. And then just a soy thing. I already took care of it.
You don't need to worry about that.
And with that, we go all the way over to Vani. Vani, how's the night end for you? You're probably drunk at this point in time.
She's not completely drunk. She has projects that she needs to work on. After everyone starts heading to sleep, Vani heads on back towards the cart.
Yeah. Notably, you would see Gale pick up Tritonio and drag him away. And look, it looks like duty calls for me! Mercenaries going, yeah, woo! Thankfully, with you there repairing their stuff and kind of keeping everyone in track, no tables are broken, no mugs are destroyed, and no fights break out.
Good, good.
And as you kind of like make your way back into the cart, and then through the cart back to your room, you would note that Morrigan is not in her usual spot, but Eloise is currently sipping on some tea, and has Amalia with a couple lumps on her head in a meditative stance.
What'd she try to eat?
She tried to eat the flour again. It's powdery. It makes me all white and stuff. Another smack on the head.
I can't tell the difference between it and powdered sugar.
I want the sugar. No sugar for you unless it's in food. But I want some. Not right now. We'll feed you in a bit. Okay.
Has it been a bit?
No, it hasn't. You'll
Oh.
be fed when I say you're gonna be fed, okay? Okay. Now you were saying, Vani.
Guessing the grumpy one went off to their room.
Yes, she did.
Some human-ish interaction. Hopefully that helped.
I don't think it helped more so than hindered. Gale is a bit, she
Hard?
doesn't... Yes, she has, as Morrigan described, the bedside manner of a rock.
She does, but she means well. Tries her best. You see what she has to deal with on a daily basis.
Yes. That, Tritonio fella seems like a handful.
He is.
Well, would you like some tea before you go to bed?
Tea, yes. Bed, no.
You should
Been
try and
before.
sleep.
Well, plenty of sleep later.
Sleep is important for everything you do.
True, but what I'm working on right now will help into the delve.
Enough. She'll, pour you a cup of tea and slide it over.
Vani will down that in one gulp.
You see her
It's
win.
hot.
Yeah, it is very hot. You burn your tongue a little bit, and you see Eloise wince. You know you're supposed to savor tea, right?
I've been told that. Have you tried adding ice to it?
No, why would you?
We never see Vani ever again.
Why would you add ice to tea? That kind of ruins the calming factor of it and waters it down.
A little bit of tea, some extra honey, and it'll be good.
Honey, I can imagine, but it's so expensive too. Anyway, off you go.
Can't you just make ice with magic?
I can,
Oh, there you go.
but it doesn't taste the same.
I'm sure someone could figure it out.
Maybe.
What a freezing device.
Some sort of freezing device that makes things super cold.
Nah. Who would come up with that?
I know, right? So yeah, no, you then make your way out of the main living area, down the hallway, up the stairs into your smithing area. You've been working on stuff.
Yep.
Your smithing area is fully cleaned. Everything that you had everywhere else was now picked up.
At the heavy sigh, Vani begins some rearranging, redecorating, and starts working.
You just walk by a wall of hammers and just kind of like reach out and start tilting all the hammers to the side. The unseen servants come
Vani
back
should
to
be a cat. That's correct.
the unseen servants come back with a vengeance, specifically to try and the roast to specifically try and to straighten them out, like aggressively straightening them out.
Vani begins working on one thing while also working on the projects.
Okay. I'll let you make your rolls for that as I move on to our last player. Morrigan,
One.
did you sleep?
No.
No.
That's two.
All right. Well,
That's too
Morrigan,
goddamn bad.
as you kind of like basically throughout the time you're crying and sobbing and sitting in your pit of self-loathing, you would hear a soft knock at the door, followed by the sound of receding footsteps.
Kind of like a flare of nostrils as he kind of weakly snaps a finger as Smudge kind of slips under the door and sees what was left.
A cup of tea. Still steaming.
Smudge looks down at the tea. As a paw reaches out, and just kind of tips it over, much like a cat.
Okay. A few, like an hour or two later, there's the sound of approaching footsteps and then receding footsteps.
I mean, I guess Smudge peeks again.
A fresh cup of tea has been left. Actually, no, it's a fresh cup of coffee this time.
It is left to get cold. Coffee is much harder to get out of the carpet.
All right. And basically, periodically throughout your time as you just lay there, cry and mope, Eloise does swing by the door to basically reheat your coffee, you know, do something of the sort, to basically offer you a beverage to drink at a point in time of your choosing. But she never actually knocks on the door again or tries to enter the room or even tries to talk to you. She's just like, here, a comfort thing.
Yeah. I feel like she probably would have like dried out after like maybe an hour and a half, and she's kind of just puffy cheeked, staring dead eyed at the door from where she's leaned up on the bed, just lost. A tiny, angry halfling devoid of purpose.
Well, that's where you are for a few hours. Alone, with the exception of the approaching and receding footsteps every hour or so, the reheating of coffee just outside the door, the promise of comfort and someone to talk to whenever you're ready for it, but never forcing it. As the hours tick by and day turns to night, what do you do?
I think she's kind of waiting for when those steps stop coming.
Well, an hour passes. The steps come all the same. Another hour passes. The steps come all the same.
She's
Another-
not getting any sleep.
I mean, it's one of those things. It isn't until midnight that the steps stop coming.
I think at this point she's been listening and timing the coming and going. She kind of finally shakily gets up, moves to the door, unlatches the several locks she keeps, pulls the door open, steps into the hallway. She walks to the stairs, looking down the dark steps, returning back towards the rooms. She kind of meanders back as she stops at Soren's room, rests her hand on his door. She turns and goes to Valen's door. Stands there staring at it for a moment. Slumps. Or moving to Agathar's door. Stares emptily at it. Or going to Rencois' door and just resting her forehead on it. Turns, puts her back to the door, then just slowly slumps down. Eyes draw shut a few times. And she falls asleep.
And so you do. All the memories of those that you've broken bonds with, seeming to finally be drowned out as oblivion takes you. There are no dreams for this sleep. Simply an endless darkness. The coffee left outside your front door slowly peters out and grows cold. And fluttering along down the hallway, a winged cat lands beside it, touches it, warms it back up again before fluttering back down the hallway again. Unaware that you've already left. And that is where we will end session. Hooray, everyone!
Woo! Sadness.
Just mild depression!
I'm ready. Depression.
I'm ready.
Depression.
That's great. That's great. I love that. So everyone, did you guys enjoy the session?
Yeah, I
Fantastic.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Fantastic.
I'm happy you guys did. And I thank you, our audience at YouTube for watching this episode all the way to the end. And remember to like, subscribe, comment, all the other jazz. And if you want to see us live for the pre-stream and post-stream where you get to talk to the players, like we're about to do after this session and after this recording is over, then you can catch us live at twitch.tv/deathlyshad. And so on and so forth. And if you want the ad-free experience on Twitch, from Twitch to YouTube, you can go to YouTube at at youtube.com/thedeathlyshaders. Look up Rains of Vitrium and you'll find us easily enough for the ad-free viewing experience and so on and so forth. Remember, we stream weekly at Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. CST, and videos are posted at 5:30 p.m. CST on Wednesdays. With that having been said, as we get ready to go to the post-stream, Agathar, say goodbye to the people.
Mild racism is better than killing an entire species, so we take that.
Morrigan, say hi. Morrigan, say goodbye to the people.
I am very sad.
Rencois, say goodbye to the people.
This may have been the most awkward Meet the Parents ever devised.
Soren, say goodbye to the people.
So I met my parents and I'm super happy despite the fact they're arseholes a little bit.
And Vani, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, everyone. What do I have cooking up? Who knows?
Yeah, I certainly don't.
You do. You know. So you know.
At any rate, and remember, from all of us to all of you, have a wonderful day as we go into our post stream. Goodbye.
Ah.
Ah.